Ecological issues, they affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
and spaces between us. You have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on.
Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
I will never leave YouTube!
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my channel again! You will be banned!
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Folks, let's move on over here where it's a little more comfortable. Folks, thank you for joining me. It's Thursday night. It's Thursday night, folks, and you know what time it is. It's that time again. We're going to take a little frolic through this weirdo wonderland we call the internet, and we're going to have a little fun. We're going to get caught up with Von Helton, his cross-country travels, his adventures. He's running on fumes, folks. Hamilton may not be the land of milk and honey that he once thought it was, folks. And so he's decided he's going to come full circle and head it down to Kentucky and get Sharpie back. He's going to... He can't believe he hasn't won the lottery yet. So we're going to get caught up with some of Von Helton's road adventures. And maybe there is something to the gods, because after he left, did you see one of the last communications that J-Dubs has put out there is that there was mass flooding, severe weather, New Jersey. He was caught in a flood. I don't think that's a coincidence, folks. That's going to be the theme of tonight. Coincidences. Do you believe in coincidences? Because here at the THN headquarters, we don't believe in coincidences, folks. Which brings me to my next topic, if you will, folks. Queen Cobra strikes many channels. Last week's Weirdo Wonderland got struck down by the YouTube gods at the behest of Queen Cobra. Apparently she's done it to multiple accounts. Caesar Robot, others as well. Yes, I've appealed it. Fortunately, we can still stream. But we'll see how that plays out. Now, folks, there's a thread, there's a commonality of just a particular video that was shared that she keeps flagging down. Now, again, folks, keep this in mind. We don't believe in coincidences, but we don't believe in conspiracy theories. We don't believe in just throwing out misinformation. I'm just going to put the information out there, and you make of it what you will. And I'm not saying it's one way or another. I just want to present both sides. There have been people out there that on Facebook, I'm part of the different King Cobra groups on Facebook. I see it on there. I see it across the internet. And there's some people that have been speculating and even insisting that Naked and Laughing, aka Queen Cobra, aka Jessica, aka the raging bog witch, had maybe something to do with it. Now, we know the history. We don't have to go through this, right? Everyone watching here knows the history. We know that she has issues, that she's prone to very aggressive and violent outbursts, emotional outbursts. We know that it was Josh that ended their relationship. We know that it was Josh that has publicly said many times he wants nothing to do with her. We know that it's Jessica that kept the moniker Queen Cobra, that kept obsessing over Josh. But none of this is illegal. None of this, folks, this is not totally out of the ordinary here. What's out of the ordinary, and listen, maybe you believe in coincidences. Maybe things just happen and we're not seeing things clearly. Now, I do want to take this moment and say that the cause of death was a heart attack. Clint has released that. It was officially a heart attack, but the toxology they're still waiting on, and that's going to be a little while to see if there's anything, was it the alcohol, was it, they'll know more once they do the toxology. And that's where things might get interesting. Now, again, I'm not saying, listen, before we get into this, King Cobra, right, did not look after himself. I mean, he ate things that a dog would probably reject, right? Let's be honest. We've seen bugs in the burgers, in the burritos. We've seen, we don't have to relive all this. The guy smoked out of ashtrays, other people's ashtrays. And he drank like a fish, and he made homemade mead, untested. I mean, the guy was going to make mead out of chocolate milk in his closet. This is what we're dealing with, folks. But it is interesting that Queen Cobra who has been denied, rejected by Josh for several months at this point, decides to send him a care package, films it, and which is the video in question that I showed on my stream last week. And amongst its contents, there was two interesting items that were put in there. One was, of course, the Ziploc of rain lily seeds, because we know that Josh is an apt gardener. And a mystery package, which was probably marijuana, let's be honest. It's probably a couple dubs rolled up. We know he sent him cigars and a bunch of food. And we know a few days after, King Cobra made a video eating said care package. Eating food from it, opening it. And then a few days later, he's dead. Now, most of you know by now, what's curious about the seeds is apparently if you look up rain lily seeds, if you were to ingest them, there's a high probability that they'll be lethal, especially in certain doses. Now, how much you have to eat is in question. Now, we have to be fair to both sides of this. I do think it's weird. Why would she send him randomly seeds, rain lily seeds? Now, I don't know much about rain lilies, but I would assume that unless they grow them, one of these things you plant late for next year kind of deals, like bulbs. But, I mean, this isn't the spring. Again, maybe that's just my misinformation. I should do my own research on that, actually. Maybe that is. Maybe it was intended to be put in the King Cobra garden, I guess, or the trailer or something. But he would have to ingest them. Now, to be clear, smoking them apparently doesn't do the trick. So some people had speculated, what if she ground up the seeds and put them in the tobacco? Well, apparently it doesn't work that way. It's smoking, you have to eat them. Well, what if she ground them up and put some of the food? But I think the quantity of seeds that you'd have to ingest, that's the thing. And that's the thing, that's the missing piece of this puzzle, folks. If this was part of some plan, a jilted lover getting back at an ex-boyfriend that rejected her, how would she get him to eat the seeds? There would have to be some communication, an email, a text, or something, where she is telling him for some reason to eat the seeds. Otherwise, she's off scot-free. She could have totally premeditated it and just known he was a bonehead and would use it in a food hack or some bullshit. But that's still not her fault. That'd be his fault. So the question is, how? How, folks? Now, I'm not even saying she did. It could all be just a happy coincidence. And the timing could just be, a complete coincidence. Let me get a little sip before we get to this next part, though. This is where it gets weird for me. And again, I'm not a conspiracy guy. if I was a betting man right this minute, I would say that everything in the toxology, everything would just line up to a quote-unquote natural death, meaning no foul play, just King Cobra being hard on his body. That's where I sit. Folks, let's review the situation. She's nuts. She's a cunt. She was jilted and jealous. She's aggressive and violent. She sends the guy a care package which contains poisonous seeds. He makes a video eating contents from the package. A few days later, he's dead. But there's nothing linking him to eating those seeds. Now, coincidences, you know what? Maybe it's all just things we don't understand. We don't know all the details, the way things all worked out. But when you start stacking coincidences on top of coincidences on top of coincidences, that's where things get a little bit weird, to say the least. Now, I want to share this last little piece. This last little piece of the puzzle, folks. Well, the last piece would be that link, that email, that text, some communication. I want to share something with you folks that was shared with me, that apparently Naked and Laughing, aka Jessica, shared with people on her community post. So the night that it broke, the very night that it would be last Thursday night, going into Friday morning, when the news was breaking that EMS was called to King Cobra's house, and it had got out there that he had died, now posted on her community feed, apparently. Let me just pull, I'm going to read it. A cover song from a YouTube channel called Address to Kill. Now that's a little bit weird. But again, what does that mean? I mean, it's just a coincidence. She can't choose the name of the YouTube channel. Maybe she didn't even know. Maybe she didn't even know at that point. But what's interesting is the song itself is actually a cover of a song called Henry Lee. Now, folks, remember what I said. If you believe in coincidences, just remember everything we just brought up to, right? She posts a song. It's a cover of an old song called Henry Lee, and get this, by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I'm going to read that again. Henry Lee by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Hey, could be a coincidence. Could be a coincidence. Right? So, she's crazy, she's violent, she's nuts, she's jilted, she's jealous, she wants to get even with King Cobra, sends him a care package, he eats it, we know there's poison seeds in it. She posts this the night it breaks that he died, apparently. But how about this, folks? If you think that's crazy enough, there's one more little piece here. This is the piece I'm talking about. Let me read this excerpt about the song. Henry Lee by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds and PJ Harvey was released on Mute Records. It's a variant of the Scottish traditional folk song Young Hunting. This song is an 18th century story of a man called Young Hunting who tells a woman who carries his child that he is in love with another woman that is more beautiful than her. Oh, it gets better, folks. It's a revenge story that continues with her making him drunk and stabbing him to death and throwing his body into the river. At the end of the story, she confesses her guilt to the people, and Nick Cave referred to the song as a story about the fury of a scorned woman. Folks, listen, I'm just saying. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm saying, like I said, if I'm a betting person, I think he died of natural causes. Maybe it's all just a big coincidence. Maybe she did. Or there's a third possibility. Maybe she had absolutely nothing to do with it, but since she's a weird, fucked up idiot, she just puts little things out there to make people think that maybe she did to get attention. I think that's a likely scenario. But anyways, folks, that's enough of me babbling. I already got my drink poured. I hope you do too. Get your snacks. And let's start off with a little musical number from one psycho to another, folks. Can't stop, won't stop. Hit the like button. Here we go. Yo.
Yeah, bitch. Nigga, my girlfriend. Nigga, my girlfriend. Nigga, my girlfriend. Still the killer. Look for me. Lost in the world with 96 Tila and Jesus. Me and my girlfriend. Doing 185 when we ride trucked in. This world is sin. Born as a ghetto child. Raised in the world with our childhood years. Recall the tears. Laced with venom. Slipping sure. Drinking my liquor. Father, forgive all me and my girlfriend. Hustle, fell in love with the struggle. Hands on the steering wheel. Blush. Watch it bail out. Bust it. Fucking mall. Watch it fall. Screaming. Automatic gunfire. Exercising all demons. My feelings on the side. My congregation high. Ready to die. We bail out to take the chair back. Niggas united. Our first date. Couldn't wait to see you naked. Touch you in every secret place. I could hardly wait to bust freely. You got your heart.
So Tila's been making a comeback, and I think she might have that N-word spirit in her again. You guys remember when that went down? I think that's what's going on.
So happy to see me.
Let's skip through this. Baby 45, but she like one shot, make the niggas stop me stop. I'm busting them fuck ass niggas.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Alrighty, folks. This is the street I was born on. Buckeye Street. None of it looks the same, of course. It's all been changed, repainted, whatever. This used to be Helton's nursing home, but it looks like they've boarded it up or made it into something else because it's not Helton's nursing home anymore. But this used to be Helton's nursing home. This used to be where I used to work, one of the places where I used to work. 819 Buckeye. That's Helton's nursing home, or it was. It ain't now. But I don't know what they've done to it. I guess they redid the interior and back into a building again. But yeah, this used to be Helton's nursing home years and years ago, 40 years ago. And this building here is the building that I was staying in, the upstairs anyway. I stayed in the upstairs there and worked in Helton's nursing home and lived here in this building here. And I'm pointed at me instead of... There we go. All right, this is where I lived when I worked here at Helton's. This is Helton's nursing home, or at least it used to be. And I don't know why the damn camera was pointed at me. I had it pointed the other way, but apparently it flipped back. But this is what used to be Helton's nursing home. And then I lived in that window right there, the upstairs apartment. And then I would just literally walk down. There's a squirrel. And I would literally walk down and go to work right here at Helton's. And now I was born, trying to think of which one of these houses I was actually born in. But I was born in one of these houses. And I think the other one, let me see. Hopefully it still exists. Was this it? Maybe this was it? 822? I'm not sure. But one of these houses I was actually born in. It might have been this one. Seems like it did have brick on it. So maybe that was it. But I was actually born right here in one of these houses. I think it was one of these two right here, actually. I think it was the one with the brick, because the brick sounds familiar, or seems familiar to me. So I think I was actually born here, right here. And then...
Give me one in the chat if you think that Vaughn realized in real time that where he was born looks like a slum, so he just walked down the street and picked the nicest house that was in the vicinity. He's like, oh, that's the nicest house. That must have been where I was born. Give me one in the chat if you think that's what just happened, folks.
And but yeah, this is Buckeye Street. This is the street I was born on. So a little bit of interesting trivia for you. I finally found my birthplace. And of course it's all changed now, you know. Helton's nursing home doesn't even exist. So, but wow, crazy. Now let's see if I can find Center Haven, because I think Center Haven still exists. At least I believe it does. So we'll see if we can find Center Haven and show you that maybe. It's a beautiful building if it ain't been torn down and replaced. But yeah, born right there, if I remember correctly, because it seems like I remember there had to have been some brick. And so yeah, I was born in that one, not that one. But I was born in that one. And then one of these, I think this one used to babysit me. She used to babysit me a long time ago. And so yeah, man. But here it is. This is where I was born. 62 years ago. It's a long time. Very long time. But yeah, I think I had somebody babysit me. The one with the wrought iron. I think she babysat me years ago, when I was younger. She would babysit me. And then where's the rest of the... There seems like there's some stuff missing, but I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, I promised to show you where I was born, and I have. So but yeah, Helton's nursing home no longer exists. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, alrighty.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You see that guy? That's Gavin Sim. S-E-I-M. Gavin Sim. Let me tell you who Gavin Sim is. Gavin Sim, he came up on my radar, and this is when I first got on YouTube. When I was first watching the very first On Your Oath, the very first time I saw James Springer or James Freeman, it was dealing with Gavin. Gavin was unjustly targeted by his city and county government. I can't remember where he lived at or whatever, but he was unjustly targeted. He went to court, in and out of court, having to pay fines. I think it was a property dispute, like he had junk on his property or something. It's just been so long ago, I can't really recall. Gavin Sim goes to court. They convict him. They drug him out. I remember they drug him out of court a couple times because he wanted to stand up. And I don't want to say he pulled the sovereign citizen routine, but he pulled the Constitution, okay? I supported the man. I supported him. I would share his videos, share his content. Well, what did Gavin Sim do? Gavin Sim grabbed his young wife and children and ran away. He went and ran to Mexico. Now, Gavin Sim will tell you, Mexico's so safe. Mexico's so safe. I feel so much safer here in Mexico than I do in America. So what's he do? He goes down to Mexico, and then he starts bashing America. He starts bashing Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a dictator. he's destroying the Constitution, and he reads his little parts of the Constitution, makes him feel good about himself, and tries to act like he's an intelligent person when it comes to the Constitution. Listen, we haven't been using the Constitution in this country for a long, long time. Okay, that's just fact. But Gavin's talking about those who support ICE today would be the ones that turned Anne Frank into the Nazis. You hearing this crap? Gavin Sim ran to Mexico with his wife and kids, endangering their lives, even though he says it's so safe. So he said, Donald Trump, he was one of the first ones on the pedo list. What? No, just like Maxwell testified under oath that Donald Trump never got massages. This is people don't understand about Donald Trump. He's a germaphobe. He doesn't like people touching him. But Gavin Sim's like, he's on the pedo list. He's breaking into homes and kidnapping innocent men, women, and children. Because they should have a trial. Think about this. Another country, another bit of citizens come to your country waving their flag, burning our flag, burning cars, bringing drugs and bringing crime and rapists, like Donald Trump said when he come down the escalator. Gavin Sim is defending them, and his idea about ICE and what's rounding these invaders up is, oh no, you have to do it by the Constitution. Every one of them get a trial. Now tell me this. If the Chinese Communist Party came and they dumped their soldiers off on the beaches of North Carolina, and they ran up with guns and their Chinese flag, they started burning cars, they started burning the American flag, and we arrested them, they would get due process? An invading army gets due process. This is where Gavin Sim has lost the plot. He wants us, he didn't care about our laws while we're being invaded by the people he's all cuddling up with down in lower Mexico. He didn't care about American laws then. Because, see, he has no skin in the game. Because we're here fighting. I'm here fighting daily this beast of a system while Gavin's down there hiding in one of the most corrupt countries on the planet. Gavin Sim's down there hiding. So we're supposed to, with 25 to 30 million, I'm having a flashback, 25 to 30 million illegal aliens in the country. Did you hear the newest number? There are 5 million people in the U.S. on visas. 5 million people in the U.S. on visas. There are over 200,000... Was it 200,000 or 2 million? I don't want to say which one it is. It's either 200,000 or 2 million. I got a lot of stats in my head. I can't keep straight. Chinese students here with student visas. Gavin Sim says, oh, it's okay that they broke into the country because there's no such thing as borders. There should be no such thing as borders. The Constitution doesn't mention borders. It does. But all the people that came over the border, we should start having court for them. And instead of being shipped off to concentration camps. Do you know what alligator Alcatraz is? It's a really cushy holding facility. The biggest complaints are the people don't like the food and the air conditioner's too cold. That's the biggest complaints in the concentration camp known as alligator Alcatraz. All it is a holding facility. They hold them there until they put them on a plane and deport them. It's a concentration camp. Oh my God, Gavin Sim has lost his ever-loving mind. See, I first saw Gavin Sim when James Freeman reported on it, and I told you guys my problem with James Freeman. I like him. To me, James Freeman is pretty cowardly because he wasn't a real big and bad talker before he got that 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. After he got 200,000, he's still kind of bitch-ish, but at least he'll stand up and use sarcasm like I do. But here Gavin Sim say, oh, the poor immigrants should have all the rights in the world. See, this is my problem with the U.S. Constitution. Well, mainly with the Supreme Court. if you're not an American citizen, you shouldn't be afforded the rights that I am as an American citizen. Sorry. You shouldn't get a Fifth Amendment right as a non-American citizen. You shouldn't have any rights. You shouldn't be able to come. Tell me what happens to me if I go down to Mexico and I stand in the street, burn the Mexican flag, and start cussing Mexico. Tell me what happens. Huh? Go to China and do that. Go to Japan and do that, because Johnny Somali's in South Korea right now looking at 25 years in prison for doing crap like that. So everybody's allowed to come to America and abuse America, talk how bad America is, and we can't do anything about it because we have a constitution. But we can't go to any other country. You know what happens if you go to Mexico without a passport? They put your ass in jail. Then they deport you instantly. But Gavin Sim, the coward that ran to Mexico, I'm reading the Constitution, and the presidents, they just can't lock it up. There's such thing as due process. Well, he's wrong on the due process when it comes to illegal aliens. Once they've been deemed a terrorist network, which Trinidad and Tobago has been, then there are different stipulations. It's called the Alien Invaders Act of like 1700s. Let's bring back, see, Gavin Sim wants to go back to the very first ones. Well, when Donald Trump goes back to the very first ones, oh no, those poor MS-13 members, they wouldn't be trafficking children. They wouldn't be trafficking women for sexual abuse. They wouldn't do that if we just send more money to their countries to take care of them. This is Gavin Sim. This is how far he's lost the plot. He ran. He ran. You know, the men that did time in federal prison that were innocent, they're in the White House today. Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon. Donald Trump. Oh, Donald Trump's a tyrant. He's a dictator. He has to be removed. Man's looking at 900 years in prison, got shot for the American people, lost $2 billion of net worth. He's a tyrant by ruling by executive order. Yeah, I think executive orders are wrong. How do we right the ship when Congress is already corrupt? When it takes too long. And see, the Founding Fathers put the Congress in there to make everything slow, to slow everything down so we would have a slow and plodding journey to justice and freedom. The problem is there's too many people in Congress. There are too many people, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was James Madison, Ben Franklin, or I think it's the one everyone hates, the Southern president, the one that led raids on the Indians for the Confederacy. The Constitution was made for a moral people. In other words, the Constitution was created by Christian men. Now, I will agree with everyone. There are a lot of Masons mixed in the mix there. But we get our founding fathers, the Constitution was based on biblical principles. But Gavin Sim thinks, oh, there were no borders in Jesus' time. And he even said this in his tweet, that you would have been with the Romans putting Jesus on the cross for saying, remove these people that are here invading our country. Really? Because there are Bible verses about the ones that invade your lands, that do not let them come to your lands. Do not let them be free in your lands. Remove them from your lands, because you will have no money to lend them, but they will have the money and they won't lend them to you. They will eventually become the rulers. I'm paraphrasing Cliff Notes here. But it says that in the Old Testament, that they will become your rulers. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. They become our rulers. Look how infected Congress is with people like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, the Iranian, or I think she's Iranian. Yeah, Iranian. She hates America. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, part of the squad. She couldn't find Venezuela on the freaking map, but she loves Venezuela. But here Gavin Sim, let me bring up this thing. They're going to reset my whole thing. Let me listen to this garbage from him. He's such an idiot. He's lost all credibility. All credibility. All credibility he's lost. Because he's hiding in Mexico. He picks up his family. He steals his wife and children from being able to have a relationship with their grandparents.
On today's show.
He ran like a bitch.
Making
I've been making these posts.
They're a little bit inflammatory, but I want people to start using their brains.
Use your brains and support the oh, Gavin, the inside. But Gavin thinks, oh, it's just the American people. Because if you remember, during Barack Obama's regime, because he was the tipping point. He was the one that put us just over the edge. Still in America. They silenced me. So he's still allowed to make money on YouTube, but I've never been allowed to. Now, I've got a check here for like $100, I think, either 50 or $100 sitting here somewhere for AdSense revenue.
They send him a check, like a paper check. It's kind of weird. But that's really what it's about. So this whole rant video, this is really what it's about. Is that he's not making money like this dude. That's really what it's about, folks.
From a channel they shut down 2 goddamn years ago without even a warning. Without even a strike, they took my channel down. But here Gavin Sim still making money off YouTube. That's how he supports his family, the money off YouTube. And I don't know what else he does. He lives in Mexico. So he's living the good life in Mexico.
The good life.
So here he is.
The good life, folks.
Saying, oh, you should write letters to the editor. And this is a letter to the editor. But I figured you guys would be an intelligent gaslighting us. Gaslighting people like me that call him out for his BS. Do I think he should be against the law to burn the American flag? Absolutely. Absolutely. The penalty should be even higher. Because listen, anybody that says just because the Supreme Court says this law doesn't mean it should be. The Supreme Court said it's okay to murder babies. It was never okay to murder babies. The Supreme Court said it's okay to have a gay marriage. No! God said marriage between a man and a woman. The Supreme Court gets it wrong. Just like they got it wrong with Terry v. Ohio. Just like they got it wrong with Mims law, the Mims case, where it says Pennsylvania v. Mims. It says, oh, if a cop's in fear for his life because they all are scared pussies, they can break into your car, make you get out and stand on the side of the freaking road for any excuse whatsoever. These same court cases that should have been overthrown a long time ago, and here Gavin Sim is, oh, it's the law, the Constitution. Gaslighting us, saying we're gaslighting him. He's gaslighting us. He ran. He should be made to give up his citizenship. And any congressman or senator with dual citizenship, because there are a lot of them's got Israeli citizenship. Go Gobby. They should be forced to give up their citizenship. Or choose. Which one are you taking? Israel? Or are you taking America? Because I've had it. I've had it. These people like Gavin get on there and talk, oh, and see, and when we comment, it just gives him more money, gives him more reach, more actions. You're a coward. Yeah, I'll call him a coward every day of the week because he is a coward. Instead of standing and fighting and taking his time in court, getting out, because he still could have sued for unlawful prosecution. He could have done that. He's talking about he wants the American government to take illegal aliens to court, but he wouldn't go to court and fight the same government. He won't fight the government, that he wants the government to fight illegal aliens. Oh, no, he wants the illegal aliens to stand up because he cares more about people from a third world country. Jesus Christ preached about borders. He said to follow Caesar's laws. We have laws about borders, Gavin. See, I'm not the most well-read on the Bible, and I should do better, but here Gavin is standing on his moral high horse as a Christian, attacking Christians because we don't want our men and women and children being pillaged and plundered and exterminated while he's down there in the middle of it. And he does videos from Mexico. Oh, it's such a safe town. Nobody hassles me. And in the next video, cops are harassing him. It's so safe to hear. You know why it's not safe in America? Because the people from down there came here. Did you know that Venezuela, El Salvador had the highest murder rate in the world? It's the safest place in the world now. You know why? Do you know why, Gavin? Because all of their criminals, they opened their prisons and sent them here. The criminals from El Salvador came here. But Gavin Sim wants us to have a court.
Wait a minute. If it was all the prisoners that came up, how would that affect the crime rate? Because they were in prison, not out committing crimes. So wouldn't... Or if they were the people committing crimes, they were already in jail. So they weren't committing crimes. Either way, the crime rate dropped. It's the shit abyss, folks. It's just let's get through this.
Case for every illegal alien on the planet in America. We have to have court for them. Due process. You're a dumbass, Gavin. And I hope one day your wife will wake up. And I know you're going to share this with her. I hope that she wakes up and brings her children home. And stands here and teaches her kids not to be cowards. Stand in the fire. You want to talk about being a Christian? Stand in the lion's den. Stand in the lion's den. Stand in the fire with us and help change it. Don't run away to Mexico with your with Gavin. Don't run to Mexico and then criticize us while the American people like me have been trying to fight it. An impossible battle, but with God, nothing is impossible. Gavin, you messed up, buddy. You can gaslight us all you want. Oh, you would have turned Anne Frank into the Nazis. Oh, you would have been yelling, crucify him. Boy, that's almost blasphemy. That's almost blasphemy, Gavin. But you keep on, big boy, with the safety you have in Mexico. Because whenever the Mexican government's ready to run in and hurt you and start selling your wife and children, they will. They're one of the most corrupt places on earth. And the fact that you go to a corrupt place and then criticize your homeland, you are a traitor, Gavin Sim. You are a traitor. You are. So keep on huffing and puffing in your safety of Mexico.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Look at this. Look at the fucking flooding on East Brunswick. Holy shit.
The gods, folks, the gods.
Holy shit, I'm swimming. We're driving in rain. We're driving in a flood.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Alright, folks. Grandma's coleslaw, that's the big one. And then, banana cream pie in the little one. So, yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, anyway, another mukbang for you. Alrighty, got me a box of Uncrustables. Literally, all you do is throw them out and eat them. It's peanut butter and jelly. In this case, strawberry jam, but same difference. It was by Smuckers. Very good. And they're saying, oh, it ain't a mukbang if you don't eat it in front of the camera. Well, there's several types of mukbang, actually. But
listen to this motherfucker pant. He's out of breath reading the box. He's sitting, folks. He's sitting. And he's running out of breath just reading the box. Thanks. This is a compilation. One of two I'll be showing by Fat Photog. So shout out to Fat Photog. Folks, let's get caught up.
Whatever. So we will assuage their fears and eat one on the camera. Because I figure I'd have to open it with one hand. Oops. Let me put you right here. I'm gonna put you right here for temporary. And then we will consume the damn thing. And then that way there won't be any other bullshit about what I'm doing or what. There we go. Satisfied, trolls? Satisfied, trolls and haters. I'm eating it on camera. You get 4 in a box, unless you get the big box. And so, this will keep me going for quite a while. If I just eat one, it'll last me 2 days. One for lunch, one for supper.
Where'd you get it at? I think I got... Where did I get it? I got it at CVS, I think. CVS or Walgreens. One or the other. CVS wasn't going to let me use their bathroom. But he told me he would make an exception because I'm not riffraff. Apparently there are no toilets in Hamilton, Ohio. Thanks to all the gang violence and what have you. So now it's a mukbang.
I'm just a nice little man. I'm a communist.
Trolls and haters.
Wilson Tackleberry has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Imagine being so lazy, you can't even make a PB&J.
Yeah, I know. You got to buy a box of them and live on it for 2 days. He's a genius. Like, he could have bought a loaf of bread, peanut butter, and some jam. Even some plastic utensils to make the sandwich at the dollar store for what he paid for that box. Almost. But the point is, you know, he could have been eating those. He could have had them 3 times a day for the next few days. Folks. Well, a couple days anyways. Few days.
But yeah. No toilets in Hamilton. Except for restaurants and CVS and Walgreens. That's it. The Walgreens isn't open 24 hours. Thankfully, CVS was. And I was able to use the bathroom. But if it hadn't been for CVS, I wouldn't have been able to use the bathroom. I'd had to drive clear up to Route 4, headed towards Fairfield, in order to get a bathroom. That's crazy. But see, this is what gangs do. They cause people to shut shit down. See, that's horrible. That's awful. I got me some body armor. To wash it down with. Yes, indeed. So I am surviving and possibly even thriving, regardless of everybody posting, oh, Bond needs to die. Bond's going to die. Bond's going to lose his car. Bond's going to lose his life. Bond's going to, you know, what the fuck, man?
Thriving, folks. To all the doubters out there, I do want to point this out. It's not the end. It's not the end, folks. He's thriving. See, this man right here, see that look on his face? He is content. Right? He is a content guy. He's running on fumes. He's got no real prospect or plan or anything proactive happening right now. He's literally living the next 2 days off a box of 4 Uncrustables and some body armor to wash it down with, which he'll probably be drinking tomorrow. He's rationing it out. He is thriving, in his words, folks. Thriving.
Give me a break. I don't need all that negativity. You know, everybody, you know, some of the people are jumping me over, you know, banning all these trolls and all the negative talk that they're doing. Well, excuse me. I don't need negative talk. And I can assure you, if you was anywhere else, you'd be banned too. Nobody needs that shit. Nobody needs negative talk. What do we need negative talk for? No, we don't. And I keep getting my hand in the way of the damn thing. Anyway. Don't need any of that negative talk, man. What are you, crazy? Don't need that shit. Anyway, I am in Hamilton. And I will be doing some historical shit here soon. So, be prepared. Now, obviously, I'm still way behind on my Cash App because the person that yanked the money, it was $20. Okay, so I'm in the red, $10 on my Cash App. So I'm going to need some donations to get my Cash App in the black again, because it's in the red by $10. See, folks, that's why I keep telling you, you got unscrupulous people out there that don't care. They just don't care. They want to see you in trouble. They want to see you dead. They want to see you, I mean, look at what's happened to my family, man. My entire family wiped out. My entire finances wiped out. My inheritance stolen. I mean, these people are evil. They're evil people, and you just got to avoid them like the plague. That's the only thing I know to tell you. Anyways, that's it. Bye. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. I just thought I'd comment. And it's got a red door on both sides too, not just one side. So I thought that was interesting. Have a good one. Well, where's the knob? Okay, now, here we go. Ohio Historical Marker, Rossville Historic District. Rossville was settled in April 1801. 1801, folks. Shortly after the U.S. government initiated land sales west of the Great Miami River. Its original proprietors, John Sutherland, Henry Brown, Jacob Burnett, James Smith, and William Ruffin, named the town in honor of Pennsylvania Senator James Ross. 1762 to 1847, who favored Ohio statehood and advocated free navigation of inland rivers. These founders envisioned Rossville as a shipping port for the rapidly growing population of farmers settling west of the Great Miami. The most practical outlet for their products was by flatboat down the Great Miami, Ohio.
Wilson Tackleberry donated $5 through Super Chat. It kind of makes sense now. If this is Vaughn's idea of thriving, then his kids were on the gravy train with biscuit wheels laying in their own feces.
Pheasant under glass, Wilson. Pheasant under glass. Folks, thank you very much.
And Mississippi rivers to New Orleans. The town of Rossville was founded in 1804, the year after the Louisiana Purchase, which made the Mississippi River a United States possession. Outstanding. Alright, so there's one of them for you. Holy shit, it's a gaggle of geese. And I don't know where they come from. I don't think they're native to Hamilton, though. I think they're flying by. They're on their way somewhere, and they're just kind of hanging out. That's what I'm thinking. Now you say, well, Vaughn, can you get close? I don't know. Geese sometimes are known to attack, so I don't know if I can get close. And unfortunately, they're right on the damn sidewalk. So, I don't know. However, there is this interesting tidbit, some kind of weird, dare I say even ridiculous looking statue of some kind. I have no idea what that means. And for all I know, it could mean death to America. I mean, do you really know? Fuck no. You don't know. It could mean death to America, and you never fucking know it, would you? No, of course not. Nevertheless, it's up. There it is, as the geese look at me and tell me. Hopefully they will not attack, because there's a lot of them. Holy shit. But yeah, that's kind of bizarre looking, if you ask me. Anyway, all right, there you go. Alrighty, folks. Off in the distance, you see Fort Hamilton. Well, what's left of it. See the two little things sticking up with green all over them? Yeah, that's what's left of the fort. I think they're actually been remade out of stone, because they originally were made out of wood, of course, you know. But there it is. We'll try to get closer, but I want to get a shot from here so you can see the whole thing, you know. But there it is, and I guess that's Hamilton up on top of there, waving his hat or something. I don't know. Anyway, but those two things sticking up on either side of that building, that's what's left of the fort. And of course, Fort Hamilton used to be a real fort in the Revolutionary War, It was a strategic fort because it was next to a waterway, and so therefore very important to the colonists. So yeah. We'll be right back after these messages.
Folks, the Big Iced Tea taste test is history, and the clear winner is
Kratom tea. Kratom tea.
Gotta be this red blend makes it taste so good.
see how satisfying iced tea can taste.
I'm gonna drink it down, funky town. Freedom.
Good fine evening, fella.
So you know what time it is, folks, and you know what's up. We're going to do a little tribute to the king himself. I actually want to do a separate one where I share some of my favorite moments. There's so many, folks. We could go back to the Job Corps, the Stephanie days. We could do the hair dye. There's many great moments, but of course, you know what's coming next year. This is an edited version of the can of Stinkfish, folks. This is one of my favorite King Cobra moments. I hope you will indulge me for a few minutes of your time to pay a little tribute to King Cobra. The cat food burger, the cat food sandwiches, we're up there too. That is definitely a moment. Folks, what's your favorite moment? Let's enjoy this.
We're back at it with another video. Now, we have stumbled upon something glorious. A fan package has arrived. Wonder what it could be. Yeah, buddy. I can't give my address away to just anyone, because in the past I've had trolls send me some really dumb shit, you know, and because they want to see me unbox fan mail on camera, so they prank me with some stupid dumb shit. It's just really immature shit, you know. But then again, I'm used to people fucking with me, YouTube. So what do? This is from Jank. So thank you, Jank, for the badass care package. I wonder what it could be. We got some Jif peanut butter. Oh ho ho, what do we have here, ladies and gents? We got some shooters. Looky there. Dr. Not quite sure how you pronounce that. 99 proof root beer. We got some curry chicken. Hell yeah. I smell cooking videos, baby. Ha ha. This looks like the Surstrdmming, which is basically a really salty fish that they serve in Sweden. It's this viral challenge everyone's doing. And it seems how I like sardines and fishy food, why not do it? Haha, that's fucking funny. That's too fucking funny, YouTube. I set the Surstrdmming down on my chair and it goes flying off of it. Haha. Ooh, I gotta be careful fucking with the Ouija board. I can feel the energy. It feels powerful. I'll put it to you this way, YouTube. It was a nice day outside, so I decided to go for a walk. And as I was going for a walk, minding my own business, I happened to walk by a church, and this mother was carrying their kid into said church. I'm not going to say which one because it's irrelevant. And the lady just scolded at me and said, "Oh, that's King Cobra. I hate his videos." So basically I got harassed for no reason, and I said, well, that's alright, because I decided to bring my Ouija board to the church that was harassing me and summon a demon. Which one, you ask? I used Zuzu because that's the one that was used in the Exorcist trilogies. Oh yeah, I got some Surstrdmming. That's what's up. And normally I don't go that far with it, but when all I'm doing is going for a walk and minding my own business, and you got your kid insulting me along with you, it's just like, okay, you know what?
want to put an end to it. I don't go out of my way to harass others unless they harass me. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're fucking with demons. That's just, yeah. It could either be the demon that I summoned toying with me because he's like, ooh, you're a practitioner of demon magic. That's cool. I like you. You seem chill. Or it could be the ghost in my apartment. One of the two. It could be my Tai Chi. There's another explanation for that. Yes. We got it, YouTube. I gotta turn on this other light so we can see it better. It's this Swedish fish from, it's called Surstrdmming fillers. They say the smell is going to be like really fucking bad, but it's supposed to be like a delicacy in Sweden. Shout out to the Casper Police Department. I saw them do that challenge on YouTube and they looked so grossed out by it. I was like, bro, I gotta try this challenge for YouTube. One of my fans sent me the video and I was like, dude, that's sick. I gotta try that challenge. And of course, the very fun process of fucking with the can opener. Oh joy, you know how much fun I have with that on YouTube. Alright, so, you know it's 2020 and they have yet to invent a can opener that's not a pain in the ass to use. You squeeze it the wrong way and you sit there and do circles with it and it doesn't do shit. I went camping for a bit, which was nice despite being rained on. And the people I was camping with having to deal with drama. You know, it's weird because you escape social media to get away from drama, and there's so much of it in the world that... Happy Monday to all of you out there. Just what the doctor ordered. Well, it seems kind of ironic because most doctors tell you just slow down on alcohol, and I'll slow down as I get older. I'm not gonna like drink heavily all the time because that would be super shitty for me when I turn 50 or 60. If I'm lucky to live that long, which honestly I'm not worried about it. I'm just making the best of each day. Yep, that's a big old fucking can right there. Look at the size of that son of a gun. Salouch, Salacha, Salou. Cheers. Let's see if we can get this can open without making a complete Asperger's of ourselves. See what I did there? I made a joke about my autism. I beat the trolls to the punchline. Haha. How do you like them apples, YouTube? I got it. Oh, it's squirting. Ew. Oh, dude, that is nasty. Holy fuck, dude, that smells like I should have opened that in the trash can. Ooh, yeah. I don't want that smell on my shirt. Gross, dude. Why would you eat fish that smells like this? God damn, dude, that is rank. Oh. I mean, I've eaten some dank shit, but this is like rotten dank. I don't know, I've eaten some weird shit, but this... You know, when they say this fish stinks, I'm like, it can't be that bad. I mean, I've smelled some stinky fish, but this... Ooh-wee. Oh. Smells more fishy now than anything. Yeah, this can's being a right pain in the ass to open. Oh. Oh, dude, no, I did not just open it and spill it all over my carpet. Oh, dude, no. Oh, I'm gonna have to change these pants and clean up the carpet. Well, I got it open, but at what cost? Bastardizing fucks. So I'm going to throw the fish away that touched the carpet, that's sticking on the outside of it. Oh-wee. Oh, dude, that is so fucking grody smelling. Oh. At this point, I'm just going to fish out. No pun intended. Oh, dude, weak. Here's a little bit of that Surstrdmming. Oh, it's dripping because the can's open. Oh, gross, dude. Oh, the aftertaste. Actually, hold up. I can kind of taste the smell in the aftertaste. It's just a hint of it. But it's not overpowering. It just tastes like really salty fish. Oh, wait, no. Oh, whoa, dude. Nope. That is nasty. Dude, this is just fucking beyond gross. Oh, you can taste it in the aftertaste, dude. Oh god. Oh, dude. No, this is fucking gross. Oh god, that is so nasty. Oh, dude, no. Oh, I thought I could eat the whole can. No, dude. I gotta get that taste out of my fucking mouth. I'll eat something super delicious to get it out of my mouth. That's not a problem. I don't want this shit on my chair. This is where I sit and do my YouTube. Gross. Oh, god damn it. Straight up smells like Asperger's, dude. God damn it. This shit smells like straight up putrid Asperger's, dude. I need to get this on first. I'm not changing on camera completely. My pants are gonna have to be washed. I'm not gonna be able to wear these until they get washed. I got 3 or 4 little bites in, and I was like, no, I'm done. This shit is grody, brody. Oh, dude. I would rather have bleach, the smell of bleach burning my eyes, than smell this shitty smelling fish. God fucking damn it, dude. Ooh, YouTube, I would not recommend that fish. That is gross. Oh fuck, dude, it's smeared all over this eye. Even though it tasted and smelled gross, I do appreciate the fans sending it because I'm sure this will be quite entertaining for the people who hate me watching this. And if you like me, it'll be equally as entertaining because you're like, oh goddamn Cobra, that had to be some rancid ass smelling fish. Oh, you don't even know. I'm lucky I didn't get it all over my shirt. If I hadn't got kicked out of Job Corps, would I be a YouTube celebrity today? That is the question, YouTube. No, I'm not expecting to get laid anytime soon, but because I'm waiting patiently for an of-age goth girlfriend. Does she have to be goth? No, but she has to be at least 21 or older. Now, I haven't had a girlfriend in almost 3 years, and I have a feeling that shit's gonna come to an end soon, when I least expect it, and, yeah. Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching my Surstrdmming fish challenge video. Oh, I wish I was making it up, but the fish really did smell that nasty. Subscribe for more awesome content, baby.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You need to back off! Enough is enough!
What's good? You got haters on your ass? You need protection.
Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency.
Knock out those trolls with powerful MMA training.
I have been hired as a debt collector.
Get back what's yours from those dirty motherfuckers.
I bet you're probably thinking, well, if you're a debt collector, who are you working for?
Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency.
On many grounds, I could have you arrested.
And honestly, dude, you need to get a fucking life and quit the bullshit.
Don't get mad, get even. Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency. The past is the past.
Creamy Cobras.
So, folks, we haven't caught up with old Cyraxx in a little while, and I thought it was time. And with the passing of King Cobra, Cyraxx never misses an opportunity. So we know, if anyone knows, they know, that King Cobra did not think much of Cyraxx. He did not like Cyraxx at all. But of course, Cyraxx is the king of the monologue. I think out of the cows, he's a good monologuer. And he loves, like all the cows, but he is top tier, almost up with Von Helton, with history revisionism. What's the grift here, folks?
What's up, guys? So, I'm here to talk about something that does need to be talked about, that I'm genuinely getting fucking tired of. Which is all the hatred going on the fucking internet. Like, I'm genuinely fucking tired of seeing it. And personally, I'm tired of fucking dealing with it. You know, a lot of people have this misconception about me that I'm this bad, evil motherfucker. But I'm not. And I'm gonna say this flat out. I'm tired of being fucking hated on when y'all trolls are the motherfuckers that come out and you trick me, and for what? It's fucking stupid. You know, it's funny at how every time y'all try to trick me, I fire back with an answer that tops what you guys do. Yeah, I'm not out here trying to hate on anybody. If anything, I want to have as many friends as possible. But with y'all fucking trolls, y'all make it hard for me to do that. And I hate that. Yeah, I'm just a regular motherfucker. Trying to make an honest living. Doing what I love, doing what I enjoy, not bothering nobody. And that Facebook group that y'all got up, the Chance Wilkins is a child predator group, that's literally nothing more than a fucking cesspool of garbage and hate-filled fucking people. It ain't right, it ain't fair, it's fucking wrong, and it needs to stop. You know, it's funny, that shit, because of that shit that went down the other night with my ex and her friend, everybody's been calling me a pedo again. When, how can I be a pedo when my shit adds up and hers don't? And the reason I say that is because of this. When I started talking to my ex's friend Moon, she didn't verify her age right away. I had to find out from my ex that she's 17. And so what did I do? I went in and I blocked her. But what's funny to me is the minute that that gets found out, all of a sudden messages get deleted and edited. Kind of weird. But yet if you look at my messages, nothing got deleted. Everything added up. Everything was properly, you know, in order. And I'll admit, y'all almost got me. But you failed, as usual. But I will say this. I'm tired of the hatred being spewed about me. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the rage, the hate, the rumors, the lies. I'm sick of it. I've not been bothering nobody for over a month now. You wanna know what I've been doing? Working on my music, playing video games with my best friends, working on artwork, watching TV, watching movies, and being normal. That's all I've been doing. I ain't been bothering nobody or none of that. But yet the minute that I talk to this chick Yuta, which stands for urethra, which I did not know that, which I am now aware of. Thank you to the homie that linked me up to that and let me know that. But what I find so fucked up is that y'all are so hell-bent on making me look like a fucking pedophile, and for what? For a little bit of clout? For a recognition? What's it for? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why go after somebody that's not bothering you? That's what I don't get. Get to know me as a human being. Yes, King Cobra may not have been a fan of me in public. That may be true. But the reason why he wasn't a fan is because y'all fucking pushed that narrative onto him. Behind the scenes, me and him and old 45, my little brother Ethan, we all kicked it all the fucking time, man. All three of us used to hang out. We all used to hang out on FaceTime. Me and Cobra were actually cool with each other behind the scenes. Hell, even my little brother, old 45, can actually confirm that, without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, me and Cobes were actually tight, and when I heard he died, I almost fucking lost it. And it kills me to say that, but the fact that he's dead really hurts a lot. It hurt me, it hurt my best friend Ethan, because him and Ethan were just as close as me and Ethan are. And I've known Ethan for 12 years, going on 13 at the end of this year. But I just wanted to make this public video on here to say that I'm tired of the hatred. It's 2025. Y'all been doing this since 2017. It's time to grow up and move on. It's time to do other things other than bother me, bother my friends, bother my family, and do all this ignorant, stupid shit. It's pointless. You guys are never gonna get me arrested. I'm never gonna go away. I'm always going to be here. And there ain't a damn thing that you guys can do to stop me from ignoring you. Now, with that being said, I will say this. I do hope that you trolls move on someday. And I hope that you guys find it in your hearts to forgive yourselves for what you've done. Because you guys have done a lot to people like myself, King Cobra, and many other people. And it's not right. And to King Cobra's family, I do say this. I'm sorry for your loss.
Wilson Tackleberry donated $2 through Super Chat. Can Sally hurry up and kick the bucket?
Wilson. Thank you very much for being here, Wilson. Okay, well, we get the point of this. We're going to skim through some of this here, folks.
I am genuinely sorry for your loss. King Cobra didn't deserve to die. Josh didn't deserve that. Josh was a good fucking dude. If anything, he was one of the nicest human beings on 2 feet that I've ever met. He really was. Yeah, in the public eye, he may have made it look like he hated me. But behind the scenes, me and him and Ethan used to hang out all the time. And I can honestly say that I'm going to miss mine and Josh's conversations. All the funny shit we did, all the shenanigans we pulled on each other. Like, I'm going to miss it, man. I'm really going to miss it. And to Josh's family, if it really was Josh's ex that killed him, I do hope that she gets the justice that she is owed. I hope that she gets brought in and gets served with what she deserves. Because Cobes was a good fucking dude. He didn't deserve what happened to him. Nobody deserves that. And you know, I can also say this, there's too much hatred in this world. And not enough kindness. And all y'all that are in that group that was made to attack me and harass me, all I have to ask is this. What made you guys want to become trolls? Like, what made you guys decide that you wanted to be evil? That you wanted to attack people for a living? Like, what made you decide that, you know, hey, I want to fuck with this person that I don't even know today, and I want to ruin their life no matter what? You know, believe it or not, I'm actually not the evil person that a lot of people make me out to be. Have I done stupid shit? Yes, but that doesn't make me a bad person. Have I been a total fucking idiot? Yes. But that doesn't make me bad. That doesn't make me evil. Have I fallen for shit that maybe I shouldn't have? Yes, but that still doesn't make me evil. Because what Mass Troll Mafia did, and what Marty did, and what my ex and her friend Moon did, is wrong. And I would not wish that on anybody. No matter who it is, I would not wish that on anyone. Because what they did to me pretty much damn near ruined my life. Thank God it didn't ruin it entirely, but it made my life a lot more difficult than what it was already, and more difficult than what it needs to be. Genuinely and truthfully sucks. Because it's crazy to me that level of harassment they would do to those companies. And I know this would happen to me because I witnessed it firsthand. I strive to be better than I was before, to be a better person than I was before. Not just for me, Not just for my family. And not just for my friends. But for those that were my friends and that were my family that have passed away. I want to be a better person. I genuinely do. But how am I supposed to be better if I'm constantly being attacked and harassed? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, everybody wants me to change, but yet they want to keep attacking me and not let me change. That's what I don't understand. You know, that's what I don't understand. People constantly say, oh, you need to do better. You need to do better. You need to change. You need to be a better person. And I want to be. I want to be a better person. But how am I supposed to make that change unless I'm being left alone and not being harassed or targeted or being plotted against? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. So, ever. And all I have to say to you trolls is this. That I hope that one day you guys find peace within yourselves. Just as I have found peace within me. And I hope that one day you look back and see what you did was wrong.
We'll be right back after these messages. I don't know if you can see him, but right above the chimney of that house, ignore the flashing red light, that's just a reflection of my window. And I think another light is a reflection of my window as well. But that little light just above the chimney of this house here, this building here, that little blinking light, that little blinking white light, well, multicolored now, seems like, that is my little buddy. He's back. And he is here in Ohio. He seems a little bit farther away this time, though, but there he is. And he is constantly observing. I don't know when he's going to actually help. You know, I could use a little help, actually, but I guess he's observing. There he is. But yeah, just above the chimney of this building, there he is. Like I said, I don't know about that secondary white light. I don't know if that's a reflection off my window or what. I think it's a reflection off my window. But that light just above the chimney of that building there, that is definitely him. And he's blinking to let me know it's him, you know. So, I mean, there's no question it's him. But just thought I'd let you know, my little buddy's still with me. He's not discarded me like the trolls said. Oh, your little buddy's left you. He's no longer. Yeah, well, that's a lie. 'Cause there he is. He's still with me. He's hanging with me through thick and thin for some reason.
So I guess we'll see what this all ends up being, huh? It's going to be an interesting situation, I guess. All right, just wanted to share. Y'all have a good one. Alrighty, folks. This is the street I was born on. Buckeye Street.
So we saw this part. We'll skip through a bit.
No, ended up me instead of... There we go. And a little bit of interest. Yeah, I was born in that one, not me.
We got that. We got this.
I need to get you on camera.
All right, this is funny.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So Vaughn goes to Center Haven. This facility apparently is still being run. He just walks in and starts videotaping. Just like, you know, he's home for dinner. He just, you know, just starts walking around and videotaping, man.
Folks, is Center Haven, where I used to work. Also where I used to work. Very nice place. Very fancy on the inside. Lots of ornate fittings and stuff. Of course, I have to get Jim's permission before I can film inside, of course. But yeah, this is Center Haven. This is it.
So, give me a 1 if you think that he got Jim's permission, whoever the fuck Jim is. Do you think? Give me a 2 if you think you said fuck it and went in and started videotaping.
Here it is. You see the sign over there, Center Haven? This is it. So, I'm here. Alrighty. This is the upstairs. And this is a break area with a bathroom. And this is, I used to work up here. These rooms all the time. It was a regular thing. And oops. Sorry. I used to work here years ago, and I was doing a little remembrance and recording it for posterity and stuff. Okay. I didn't mean to get you on camera. Okay, cool. There's a diagram, and but yeah, this is where I used to work, and this is the upstairs.
I'm surprised she didn't put down her supplies. Like, oh, sir, you wandered out of bed. Here, let me get you back to your room. Maybe it could be the best thing. Maybe that's what you should do. Just sneak in a room, get under the blankets, and just pretend like he's always been a resident. Just get in line for the soup and whatever it is they get, you know.
And I used to
3 hot and a cot, folks.
A lot of times I did swing shift, where I would, you know, work all different shifts. Sometimes days, sometimes nights, and that sort of thing. So, anyways, there's that better picture of that window. And but yeah, I used to work here a long time ago, and everything has changed. The more things change, the more they stay the same, they say. But I don't know about that. Looks like that building is kind of boarded up, doesn't it? I don't know.
Ooh, it
anyway,
might be a place.
I recorded it, so
place to squat.
That's gonna do it. Have a good one. Alrighty, welcome to morning coffee. I'm not sure what number it is because, hey, I've totally lost track. But, you know, because I did a couple of morning coffees with John, but I don't remember the numbers right offhand. I'd have to go look again. Anyway, it is a morning coffee because, hey, it's early morning. And not as early as I normally do, though, but it is early morning. So, I wanted to touch on the 3-eye Atlas object. I don't want to call it a comet because I don't think it is. And you have some prominent scientists that are now coming forward saying they don't think it's a comet either. But anyway, I want to put my spy pinning on the comet, alleged comet called Atlas. They're calling it Atlas because the Atlas telescope was one that discovered it first. So that's why they call it Atlas. I thought they called it Atlas because they wanted to start with the letter A, but no, it was the Atlas telescope that discovered it, and so therefore it's 3-eye Atlas. It's the third object from the outer area,
and it's the Oort cloud, they call it, and it's interstellar, therefore it's 3I. So it's the third interstellar object, basically, is what it means. And then the Atlas is, like I said, because the Atlas telescope is one that discovered it. Now, here's the problem with Atlas. The problem with Atlas is that it's not acting like a comet. It's not even acting like an object from the Oort cloud. Atlas is acting like it is a controlled vehicle of some kind, whether it be biological or a metallic, type vehicle. That remains to be seen. I'm thinking it's actually maybe a biological entity, because we're getting reports that it is shearing off carbon as it approaches the sun. Okay, well, if it's shearing off carbon, then that means it could be a carbon-based life form. It could be a biological entity unto itself. I forget what TV show it was, but there was a TV show about space, and the spaceship itself was biological. It was a biological entity. It was like a space whale or something, and they were living inside of it. I can't remember the name of the TV show. Somebody help me out. But it was awesome. It was a great show. But yeah, the starship they were on, the spaceship they were on, was a biological entity itself. It was literally alive. It was literally a living being, which was really an interesting twist, really. But this thing is shearing off carbon, allegedly, according to what some are saying. Now, obviously, I don't believe in space. I don't believe in planets. I don't believe in any of that shit, because I know it was created by an atheist, a Greek atheist, years and years ago, that hated religion. So I don't believe any of that shit. But anyway, we're going with what we've got, okay? So humor me. We're going with what they say. But it's not acting like a typical comet, and because it's shearing off carbon. Now, most comets, they say, are made out of iron and other hard metals. Okay, so it wouldn't be a comet in that regard, because it's shearing off carbon. Another thing is that the tail of this alleged comet, this alleged object, is not, the tail is not pointed in the correct direction. Somebody, something, or somebody, well, I might have been right the first time, something careening through space at, hundreds of thousands, if not millions or billions of miles an hour, is not going to have a comet tail that's pointing towards the sun, which is what this tail is doing. And that makes absolutely no sense. And even the scientists are like, say, what? So, yeah, it's very, very bizarre, very strange. There's no rhyme or reason for that. Makes no sense. Then also, you have the fact that the trajectory of Atlas is, it has to be, it has to be something that was pre-calculated. Because Atlas, it turns out, if the trajectory is correct, it is literally avoiding the gravity wells of every planet in our solar system. Every single one. Now, in order to avoid all of the gravity wells of every planet in our solar system, including the suns, by the way, it would have to be pre-made. It would have to be calculated, okay? It just would. It'd have to be calculated. Which means it's intelligent to some extent. Now, like I said, what if this is a type of space whale or space angel? They used to have these pictures of things that look like angels out there flying around. And I documented a couple pictures of those. They were really, actually quite pretty, I thought. But they're like, I called them space angels because they kind of look like an angel, but they would be out there flying around. And I'm just wondering if this isn't some kind of biological entity that's just, out flying around, But who knows? In any event, it's an interesting situation, because this is obviously not a comet. This is not just some rock coming out from the Oort cloud. This is something else. I don't know what. Now, like I said, I don't believe in space. So if there is an object coming, it would be coming from elsewhere on the flat plane of Earth. Remember, Admiral Byrd said that beyond the ice wall, Rockefeller ice wall. Is it? Yes. Okay, but beyond the ice wall, there are other lands and other inhabitants, and he was very clear about that. And Byrd is not crazy. He's an admiral. He's not crazy. And and the fact that some of his men mutinied proves that he encountered something out there bizarre. Anyway, the point is that this object, whatever it is. Now, as I told you, if you'll recall, I told you that the destroyer comes every 37,000 years and weighs humanity into balance. And if we're a bunch of idiots, it just wipes us out and starts over. Hopefully that will not be the case. But in any event, I just thought I would share my opinions on this thing and get it out there to you. Also, Hamilton, it turns out, may be a bust. I put a few job applications in, haven't heard anything back. If I don't hear anything back in a few days, I'm going to move on because, obviously I can't, I'm running low on fuel and, I'm running low on food stamps and that sort of thing. I have two possible options going south or going west. I may even stop by Manchester, Kentucky and pick Sharpie up. I'm not sure yet. It all depends upon what these individuals say about my destination and about where I'm going. But we'll see. But I would love to pick Sharpie up and bring him with me. I really would. But I gotta see what's going on, but hopefully I can. I don't understand, I don't understand why I just haven't won the lottery or gotten my disability. But seems like every turn I get denied. I went to the government office here in...
He just can't understand it, folks. Why hasn't he won the lottery yet? And the disability thing, it just kills me that he's like, I'm going to get a job until I get disability. I just need a job until I get disability. Like, I don't have to explain that to anyone, right? Like, I don't have to... That's not how it works. Well, I just worked until I got my disability. And I didn't have to work. Like, isn't the whole point of getting disability you can't work? It's not you work until you get... I just got to find a job until I can get welfare. Like, not how it works, man.
Ohio. And they told me I have to go all the way back to Corbin and reapply. I can't apply in Ohio. And I'm like, what? SSI's federal. What do you mean I can't apply in Ohio? They said, no, you got to go back to Corbin. I think it's because my last known physical address is in Kentucky, and that's why. But I'm not sure on that. But I think that's their excuse, is that, well, your residence says Kentucky, so you have to go to Kentucky to reapply. I don't think that's legitimate. I think I should be able to reapply in Ohio, but I don't know. I guess if I had a residence here in Ohio, then I could apply for my SSI and benefits. But they're saying no. I have to go all the way back to Corbin, Kentucky, and reapply there. So I may have to go back to Kentucky no matter what I do. Which means, folks, the donations are back on. I've got to have donations to get back out on the highway. This really sucks. I had hoped that Hamilton would be a good thing, but if I don't hear anything from these job applications, I put several job applications in, folks. So the trolls can go pound sand. Okay, I put several applications in. I don't hear anything. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to keep going and see what I can do elsewhere. I need someone that I can actually be with, that can physically help me as well as, just talk and whatever. Because, you've got to have a residence.
So basically he's saying as a 62-year-old grown man, he is incapable of looking after himself. which may have something to do with why the kids were removed. I'm just throwing that out there. Right?
And I need a residence, you know, because when I go into these places, I have to give them my address. Well, I give them my Kentucky address, and what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, go back to Kentucky. That's what they're going to say. So I need a residence, an actual physical street address that I can give them so that I can reapply and try to get my stuff. But so far, nothing yet. And anyways, so just thought I'd comment on this and get it all out there. But yeah, we need to. I think if I don't hear anything in a few days, because I'm dangerously low on gas, if I don't hear anything in a few days, I'm gonna have to get back out on the road, whether I like it or not. So anyway, that's it. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Oh, folks, we got a tobacco situation, the finest quality in all of Eastern Pennsylvania. Sprinkle that tobacco, click it up, and then you've got yourself a Red Rollies. It's a Red Roller right there. It's a perfect cigarette. Let's check out some individual reviews. Don't forget to drink plenty of water.
Get behind me, Satan.
Red Rollies.
No!
I have ramen noodles on me. See, I gotta show you the ramen noodles. You saw my ramen noodles. So, I didn't do an intro or anything, you know, because this is, let's just say it's not Revelation news stuff, okay? So I gotta talk to you about something. Listening to Depeche Mode. Highly recommend Depeche Mode to anybody that enjoys good music. I gotta check my setup here. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. So, a name from the past has surfaced, and that name is Dragnot Silvis, also known as Dragnot the Boule, Dragnot the Boule, which is black masonry, the Boule. Very interesting name he chose there. But they probably kicked his ass out, the Black Masons, because Drag was wanting to create on the cheap and become a big boy in the industry, I think. The same thing that Jeffrey Epstein was involved with. And on a lesser level, Diddy. I have it on good authority, and I believe the feds picked up on my video. I did a video years ago, and I said if you look at Dragnot's Quora profile, there's some very suspicious weirdness there. It wasn't, I guess, a month after I made that video that Dragnot ended up disappearing. Now I find out in a video that Shani and I were watching of Drag on this Rosie's channel, Quirky Rosie or whatever, and she had Drag on there.
So I'm just wondering, I don't know how to really rank this for people to participate, but I guess scale of 1 to 10. How close do you think Rev is to pulling a Buffalo Bill, taping his pecker to his taint and dancing in front of a mirror, saying, "I'd fuck me"? How close, folks? 10 being he's like, as soon as he's done this video, like he's already doing it. Right.
And at it turns out that the feds got involved with drag. The feds. Now he's saying that that was allegedly maybe me and Shanny or somebody that went personal and called the feds on him. I can tell you for a fact that I never called the feds on you, Drag. I never called the FBI on you. I never did that. What I did do was I made a video about some weird shit I saw in your Quora. And I think that was the only little bit of bread or cheese bait that the feds needed to say, well, maybe we should look at this dude. And they did, and you got in trouble, didn't you? He was all talking to me all weird, Dragnot, like he wanted me to come stay with him and stuff. He said he had sex with a trans person, like a trans woman, which is a man. Like if I were of the, you know, if I felt female, he's had sex with someone like that.
So where's Rev? I don't know if any of this is true, just for the record. I mean, this is just Rev. This is just Rev's. Rev, dude. This is very telling. Very telling. So, now, I do remember back in the day when they invited Drag to come and swing. I remember all that.
Oh, he's probably into femboys. Dragnot. Mm-hmm. What the vibe I want is, you know, like fucking party boy Russell Brand or something. But see, he's a pervert
Wilson
too.
Tackleberry donated $5 through Super Chat. If Jason was going to pull a Buffalo Bill, he'd skin Shanny and make himself a circus tent.
Well, I'm thinking that's maybe where he's going with it. Maybe that's the end game. He's a feeder for a reason, Wilson. He's a feeder for a reason, Wilson. Thank you very much.
I'm going to tell you the whole story. That was my intention with this video. Because Dragnot has surfaced again. And I believe that you deserve to know things. I want to take you to something really quick here, though. I'm going to go to the media. And I want to show you this right here. This channel, thank you to you. Everything nice. Everybody should go. If you're interested in this sector of the internet, which is Dragnot and weirdness, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Go sub to this channel. They'll get you the stuff that's going on. Because I'm going to tell you, I missed this completely. But go sub to Everything Nice, and this is a video called Dissecting Dragnot, okay? They have one live stream, and this is the live stream. So go to their live section, and you'll see this video. Okay, I'll show you really quick because it's rude. I'll show you. Here you go on the channel, and then you go live, and that's this one. And this is what you want to watch. Okay, if you're interested in this bullshit, you know, and I'll plug myself. This is my channel. I did my drag version, sort of. It's kind of draggy. Of I Need You Tonight. Finally, that got 306 views. That's pretty good. Anyway, so here's the deal with the deals. I don't want this video to be like an hour, so I'm going to tell you the story, though, of what happened. So I'm going back now to when Shanny and I were living in the townhouse. I keep hearing people say motel and shit. No, we never lived in a motel in Colorado. We either rented apartments or townhouses. We had 2 townhouses and 1 apartment. The first place we stayed in was an apartment. It was on Glenwood Drive, I believe it's Glenwood Drive. And we lived there for about a year, and we never really liked the building much. We didn't like the amenities. When we moved in, it had roaches. But we were tired and shit, and we just wanted to put our head someplace for a while. So we signed a lease there, you know. And the landlord there was all right. You know, he was just sort of like this gray-haired, older, recluse, chain smoker guy. He was fine. But anyway, it was really cool, too, because right behind us, right behind our building, we had a fucking Taco Bell. So the boys were in heaven. You know, whenever William would want a cheese roll-up, we could just walk if we wanted. I did that with the boys once, I think. We walked to Taco Bell because my mind was not okay, guys. And my sons knew, you know, that the mom's guy, you know, me, dad, they call me dad, was not okay at that time. I was fucked. You know, the wet brain, if you haven't experienced, oh my God. And that reminds me now, I have to say rest in peace to King Cobra JFS, and I'll say this, I got a Monster Energy drink. Okay, I think Cobes was a fan of Monster. I would
Randall
take a
Bubbleford has just donated $2 through Super Chat. Revelina only uses the finest teacup ashtrays.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You can't take the, whatever. Thanks.
A back of whiskey for him. But here's the thing. I'm an alcoholic. So I can't do that. But what I will do is tell you that just like Cobes like to mix weird tasting drinks together, I could tell you that I enjoy the same thing. I'll take black coffee and I'll mix it with zero sugar Monster. And it's almost, wow, depending on the coffee you got, it tastes like motor oil, but it feels good for some reason in the stomach. I don't know. And it gives you energy like you can't believe. You take a strong black coffee and mix it with Monster Energy Zero. Whoa. It's like good energy. If I feel good with it anyway. So, moving on. Our first place was Glenwood. Bullshit happened there in Boulder because Shani and I had a moment. We went out. We were really depressed about G-Man pulling bullshit. There was G-Man bullshit going on. Oh, it's because he lied about his phone. Gary lied to us about his phone, that he needed money, and we gave him money, and then he grifted his audience and said he needed more money for his cell phone. So he grifted his audience, and we were not happy with that. Like, you're going to scam, we give you a house, and then you're going to scam. You know, that type of shit. So we were depressed, and we went out and we saw a movie, like, I think it was the Pikachu movie, but yeah. Detective Pikachu. But before that, Shani and I went out for some drinks. Bad decision. So we had a beautiful dinner, and it was at a bar. There was a nice bar there. We sat outside, as I recall. It was a very beautiful meal and everything. And then we had like this tray of like spirits and beers and stuff. And it was great. And I was definitely buzzed from it, but Shani was okay. She was pretty good. And then we ended up getting the boys from school and stuff. We weren't drunk. It wasn't enough to make us drunk. I was just buzzed a little. And Shani didn't even really feel it much. So we ended up going to the theater with the boys for a day out to see Detective Pikachu, and I was
Wilson Tackleberry donated $5 through Super Chat. When you mix strong N-word coffee, and mix it with Monster Zero sugar, and then you drink a handle of bum vodka, it makes you feel something.
Some kind of way. Thank you very much, Wilson.
It. Like, we got drinks at the fucking theater, too. That was... I shouldn't have done that. Like, she could. She was 100% fine. Me, I was already a little buzzed, and I got another drink at the theater. That was stupid. Because I got that weirdness that alcoholics can get, that they get... It's not really that you'd say straight abusive, but they get... grouchy? Alcohol grouch. And that's what happened with me. I was in the movie and just Shani tried to like hold my hand or some shit, and or she smacked my hand or something. I can't remember what it was. Some stupid shit that in my normal mind I would have been like, oh, I'm sorry or whatever, just hold my hand, you know, because I was inebriated at that point. It wasn't nice to her, and I walked out of the theater and I didn't even see the movie. I was outside the theater talking to myself, performatively talking to myself. Like, if I recorded that and live streamed it on YouTube, that would have been like 5,000 hits. Because I was literally like almost schizophrenically talking about like spiritual stuff, but it was like I felt like I was Jesus for a second, and I was preaching to the wind. And there were people around, and they heard me talking, and they were like, oh, what the fuck is with that? Like, I was just really, like, chain smoking and angry at times, and then talking about God, and, like, just very scattered and not mentally okay. So Shani and I had a fight that night, and it came home. And we were in the bedroom and doing, like, you know, flirtatious, whatever. And that's the incident where she ended up in jail for 5 days. It was so stupid. They saw one mark on my leg when the cops got there. We had a fight, and then it was like, oh, I want to get him mental help. Because I did. I should have went to the hospital. You know, I should have been in the hospital. But what happened was they sent the cops instead of EMTs. And Shani wanted, like, an EMT response, and they sent cops instead. Because it was like, oh my God, she did act very scared. Like because I was kind of menacing going through the house, you know. I was really angry and pounding around and stuff. So she was like, that's it, you know. So, but long story short, instead of sending EMTs, they sent cops, and then it ended up where I was on the outside on the one side, and they had her on the inside of the apartment talking to her, separated. And she said to them straight up when they came in the door, like, get me away from him, I'm going to kill him. That's why they took her away for jail for 5 days. Because, like, the first thing she said to them, I heard it, was, get me away from him because I'm going to kill him. That's it. Like, you're going to go. If there's a choice between two people going, it's going to be you because you just said you want to kill him. So I talked to the cops about everything. You guys probably have the video out there of that, of me giving the testimony or whatever. And they said, oh, you got a mark on your leg. And I says, yeah, we have like a sex whip. And they're like, then they asked Shani about it, and then they found it, and they're like, oh, you assaulted him with that. No. And I never said that. Never said she assaulted me with nothing. It was consenting, whatever little whip thing. But I'm sitting on the outside of the place, and they march her out in cuffs. So that was that in Glenwood, and that was 2019, I guess. 2020, 2019, something like that. So the lease was up on that place, and we're like, no, we're not staying here no more. Then we found the Habitat, and that was the perfect place. we found. It was in Gun Barrel, Colorado, the habitat. It was perfect. Everything. We would have stayed there forever. But then what happened is Jeffree Star did his makeup palette, and Shani and I had recorded a live video on my Revelation News channel at the time. We live streamed unboxing of Jeffree Star stuff, and we got put all throughout the last video that Shane Dawson did about the conspiracy palette with Jeffree Star. Like, he ended the video with me going, well, I guess that's it. That really pissed off Dragnot Silvas, and he went on a campaign to destroy us that night, and he did. They got us swatted that night. And the way they did it was that they made mass calls saying that me and Shani weren't supposed to be together because of a restraining order that the government put in because of the thing that happened that I just told you about, and that was false. The protective order had been done away the August prior, so it was maybe 3-4 months that the court and judge said you
$5 through Super Chat. EMTs were sent out. They needed the ambulance because Shani couldn't fit in the back of the cop car.
That's right. That's right. Double cuffed. Double cuffed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now be together again, and I hugged her, and Michael Clifton can come on my channel under comments. Michael Clifton, whatever his channel name was, I can't remember, sorry. I used to, Agent of Doubt, I used to listen to him all the time. I like him, actually. I liked his style. He can tell you. We hugged. We could be together again. They swatted us under the auspices that we couldn't be together due to the restraining thing put in place, protective order put in place by the government of Colorado, and that's bullshit. It was done away with by the judge, by our request. So they swatted us under false pretenses, and it got us kicked out of the habitat. That was the beginning of us starting to lose our
Randolph Bugglethorpe donated $2 through Super Chat. Double cuffed and overstuffed.
That's right. That's how they like it at Rev's house. You're dealing with Shani. Oh, good. Thank you.
Because
Thank you very
the
much.
habitat was $1,500 a month, and I was making like $4,000 a month. It was perfect, no problem. I was bringing in at least $4,000 a month. They got us kicked out of that place that was perfectly priced, and it was beautiful. We made it a home. And those cocksuckers destroyed it. So then we had to move again. And this time, we wanted a place with fucking security because we knew that our car was messed with. We had a Tahoe, a burgundy Tahoe, it was 2007, I think, old. I traded in my Corolla, my 07 Corolla, and they said, okay, we could do a almost equal deal where you're going to get the Tahoe, because Shani kind of wanted like an SUV, and they're great. The Tahoes are awesome rides. I'd love to have a Tahoe. Or Escalade is number one, man. A black Escalade? What the fuck? As Tragic was rocking one of them, I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. They vandalized our car. The swatting happened. So we wanted a place with security, and we got one. It was called The Promenade. It was in Westminster, Colorado. Beautiful, perfect area, my God. But it was double the other rent. Double. $3,000 a month rent. But we did it. We went in there, we moved in there, and I built up a beautiful amount of beautiful gaming stuff. I wanted to start really doing a channel like Mike Matei, mixed with like mukbangs and stuff like that.
Wilson
Jason
Tackleberry donated $5 through Super Chat. Remember the Tahoe? When Jason picked up the boys from school drunk.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight, Colorado highlight.
Avocados. For us OGs. Jason Avocados. Jason Avocado 420. Weed reviews, eating food, playing video games, that. But specifically, I wanted in the gaming sector, so I bought a bunch of retro games to display, and the investment was so worth it. I got $15,000 worth of stuff for $2,000. That's all I spent. So the bullshit you hear out there is Rev blew the money is bullshit, because Shani has said that herself sometimes when she's mad at me. It's bullshit. I spent $2,000. But I always cut out the Neo Geo because that's a different deal. But yeah, the Neo Geo was its own thing, and that was earlier I bought the Neo Geo. And that was expensive shit. Okay. I got the AES, which if you could find it under $700 is very good. But I got it for $550 and it had the box. And now G-Man has that. He has the fucking Neo Geo. Because out of the kindness of my heart, I just said take it, you know. So he was like a kid at a candy store when we showed up with all the stuff I had in the trunk of the Durango. He's like, "Oh my God, it's a Neo Geo." I said, "Yeah, it's yours." It's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, have it. You could have all the games too." Do you know how much money that is? Look up how much Neo Geo AES games are on eBay. They go for $1,000, some of them. Okay? I gave that guy that. I just gave it to him. Because his face lit up. And I'm like, I like my Neo Geo to play it every now and then. Art of Fighting. My main deal was, because the controls are so weird in the game. Art of Fighting on Neo Geo. I really enjoyed playing that. Like, to try and master it. With the stick, which is hard as shit. With the stick. I just gave it all to him. Because I was like, I never got that much joy out of having it. So yeah, take it like it's yours. Fuck me, man. So I had this plan to have a gaming channel and stuff and build something. And somewhere in between moving from the habitat to Covell and the end of the time at Covell, the economic circumstances changed. And my portfolio was not doing what it used to do. And I was taking huge amounts of it at that point anyway. For feeding habits and other issues. Just paying bills and stuff. And yeah, we depleted the money. Because the rent was double what I was paying at Habitat. But the reason we were we felt forced into a living situation like that is because of Dragnot and his crew harassing us out of the place we lived. He says we got kicked out. No, that's not what happened. We did not get kicked out, quote unquote. Their actions led us to being evicted. Because of the insanity that was caused that day. Overall, false calls to the police. That's it. And it was a vindictive move because it was on the same day that Shane Dawson put out his video, and Shani and I were featured at the end of it. This video has like 56 million views on it. So when you see Dragnot Silvis, understand that this guy is a literal creep bag that weaponized his audience against us. That's the story of what happened to us with this whole thing. I've given you every detail. Now I have to discuss the thing with the break-in. So I know, because they called me, Westminster Police called me, that there was an investigation started due to certain things that happened with the apartment at Covell. And now I know, thanks to this channel, I'll do again, shout out to, that's me. Hang on. These guys, everything nice right here. Them. He's come up again. And, so I have to come to you and clarify things that are not accurate. The truth of the matter is that he has some people around the country, really. I don't know how many states but he's pretty established with weird, freak, abusive individuals that get off on seeing other individuals in distress. I'm going to put it that way. It's a network of people that thrive on the suffering of others, and Dragnot has himself said that he is a sadist. Nobody's discussing that. He said, I am a sadist, to the internet. So I just want to tell Rosie, I think you got the deal that he's a creep, he's a weirdo. You're right, stay away from him. Stay away from him. I recommend that everybody stay.
I hope one of these days he mixes up the mugs. The teacup and the mug. In the middle of talking. Just see if he just continues.
Stay away from him. Except his wife, if she decides to still be with him, which is insane. What's wrong with you? He's clearly an abusive freak. Your husband. I don't care if he's your husband. He's very weird and I don't know. You need to love yourself more, Miss Drag. So I'm going to wrap it up with this deal. And then I got one thing I got to talk to you a little bit about, Shani. The break-in. So I have it on authority of the cops, Westminster Police, that there was an investigation started in that break-in because Covell owns the building. So I didn't need to call the cops. They did. They got the authorities involved in it because it was trashed. Shani and I did not leave that place trashed. Was there poop in the cat box? Probably, yeah, because William was lazy and he did not clean out that box. And that was one of his duties. He had that entire floor to himself. And all he had to do was basically keep that cat box clean, and he didn't do it. It's kids. They're going to do what the fuck they want, pretty much. So he didn't do it. So yeah, was there shit in the cat box? Yeah. But the people that came in after us took it and put the shit all over the place. So there was an investigation done, and the conclusion was that we were not liable because there was a $60,000 debt with my name on it that went poof. Why? Because the investigation concluded by the cops in Westminster, and it was found that Dragnot's people, whoever he paid, because he admits to it in the video I showed you, dissecting Dragnot on Everything Nice channel, he admits to paying a person $100 to go in there. Case closed. They vandalized the apartment. And the investigation in Colorado concluded that. I was not liable. the people that broke in there and vandalized it after, and they were paid to do it by Dragnot. That's the story. I didn't even know all the details. Now I do, because of this channel. So I had to come back to talk about shit like this I didn't want to. But here's Shanny for Christ channel. Okay, now I'm going to close with this. Shanny did a very good post that's very interesting here. Because this is proof of God. Okay? You want proof of God? You got it. Shanny posted this 2 hours ago. I said a few years ago, I don't do revenge. The Lord does it for me, and all I have to do is sit and watch. And trust me, I am, and I have to say, well done, Lord. You have applied your vengeance by allowing my enemy to destroy themselves. The Lord will always cause the evil ones to fall into derision and turn the wise into fools. Amen. God will deal with the person who has been evil to you. Romans 12:19, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. That's correct. But that's prophecy, because she did say years ago. She said a few years ago about that whole situation. She said that there will come a day that the Lord is going to do what he does. And he hit Dragnot at the most evil that he was doing, which was attempting to lure minors into that activity. I think that he aspired to be an Epstein type guy. What he didn't understand is that you don't make money inside that industry, Drag.
Again, folks, I mean, come on.
You have to have pre-existing wealth, and then they welcome you into those sex trafficking communities. They see the elite, like Epstein would spit at you. You get what I'm saying? You're not elite. You're a wannabe. That's what you are, Drag. You're a wannabe Jeffrey Epstein. You wanted to start a ring, and the feds said, wow, you're a fucking freak. And they did that to you. Mrs. Drag needs to leave, man. That's crazy shit.
I'm pretty sure if the feds were going to shut someone down for that, that guy would be in jail. And as far as I know, he's not in jail. This is just fucking... It's insanity, folks. Of course it's insanity.
God bless everybody. Peace and Maranatha.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hot, hearty, delicious. That's what country cooking has always been about. And you can give your family good cooking anytime with
salmonella.
By the one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And I need a tray. Shit. Now, speaking of the trolls, may they be cursed to 20 generations for what they did to Andrea, my children, my mother, and myself. When I throw these fuckers in prison, and I will, notice I said will, not maybe, I said I will, that's going to be the big question. Everything's my fault. I love that shit. Where do you get off coming between a man and his mama? Everything's Von Helton's fault. Calling CPS out to steal my kids over and over and over again for stupid shit like not doing my fucking laundry. That's somehow okay? Everything's Von Helton's fault, guys. Oh, wait, no, we can't say that because that would make sense. To literally intrude on someone's private life and then destroy their private life. No.
Wilson Tackleberry has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Cough second the Saolians 310 cough.
Okay, thank you very much, Wilson.
No, it's all that evil Von Helton's fault. Yeah, buddy. I cooked them burgers in this. And so the eggs should have a really awesome
salmonella.
Oh yeah, it's all Von Helton's fault. The fact that the school system in Clay County has had a lice problem dating all the way back to the early 1900s, but somehow, some way, it's all Von Helton's fault. Oh, shit.
No, no, no! I found something interesting, folks. The Sims Monument Hollow Earth Theory. Aha. I declare the Earth is hollow and habitable within, said John Cleve Sims in summarizing his theory of concentric spheres and solar voids to a doubting scientific world in the early 1820s. His theory is commemorated by this monument, topped by a replica of a hollow Earth. Sims believed plant and animal life existed within the opening of the hollow Earth. The opening was called the Sims Hole. The former Army officer tried to persuade the U.S. Congress to finance hollow Earth exploration. After an exhausting lecture tour on behalf of his theory, Sims died May 29, 1829, on his Butler County farm. Oh wow, he was here. He was buried here in the Pioneer Hamilton Cemetery, which Israel Ludlow had provided when he laid out the town in 1790s. The theorist was the nephew of Judge John Cleve Sims, 1741 to 1814, who promoted settlement in this region after buying land north of the Ohio River between Little Miami and Great Miami River. When Greenwood Cemetery was created north of Hamilton in 1848, many of the remains in the Hamilton graveyard were removed to the new cemetery, but Sims's body remained in its original location. In 1873, his son, Americus Sims, obtained permission to erect a monument in the 4th Ward Park. A $16,000 renovation commissioned by Historic Hamilton, Inc. was completed in 1991. So there you go. Wow, somebody that believes in hollow Earth. Right here in Hamilton, Ohio. What about that? Isn't that something? Thought I'd document that. I saw that and I said, hey, that's interesting. Don't see something about hollow Earth every day. So there you go, folks. Now you've got some hollow Earth historical stuff right here in Hamilton, Ohio. Alrighty, folks. This will be Morning Coffee 214. And it is morning coffee because, hey, it's early in the morning. And so, yeah, we are going to discuss a few things. I caught John and Sammy basically berating me up one side and down the other. Well, that's okay because they're Jews and I'm not, and so I reckon they're going to do that. The Talmud, their holy book, one of them, says that it's perfectly okay to kill us and sacrifice us as an offering to their God Hashem. So I guess if they're willing to kill us and sacrifice us and all that good job, oh, and enslave us too, it says that too. So I guess if they're able to do that, I guess they can belittle me and talk shit about me. Anyway, moving on. The big topic, though, is obviously the disclosure, if you want to call it that, that's going on live on YouTube, where the Senate subcommittee is not interrogating, but they're talking to some military, ex-military, current military, and getting all kinds of information about UAPs, UFOs, USOs, and all that good jazz. And it's going on live. It's live on video because if you listen to the military guy, he says President-elect Trump. So I mean, it's not. So Trump wasn't president when the video was made. Obviously, when the Senate subcommittee was being held. However, it's still fairly interesting information. So if you're interested, go check it out. It's over on YouTube. It should be live in a loop. So they've been playing it live over and over again for a few days now. So I want to go over there and watch it. Pretty informative, I thought. I enjoyed it. And let's see, what else? I am literally on Fumes. I am going to go and talk to the they have two unemployment offices here. I don't know the extent of it, but I'm going to go up on High Street and talk to the two unemployment offices when they open. They're not open yet, but when they open up, I'm going to go check them out, see what kind of assistance I can get.
I'm not holding out much hope, though, unfortunately. But, if I can get some help, then I may stick around. I don't know. If not, though, I'm going to need your help because I'm going to need donations to get out west. And try to get out there and get some help. This is nuts. There's no reason why Ohio Social Security Office shouldn't have been able to help me. SSI and disability and stuff like that, that's federal. It shouldn't matter what state you're in, what state you currently reside in, or what state you lived in a year ago or whatever. They should be able to help you. They should be able to get you set up. Now, New Jersey, unlike Ohio, New Jersey, it's like, yeah, here's the forms, here you go. So why couldn't Ohio do that? Oh, good question. But yeah, I went in there, I gave them my Social Security number, just like I did Ohio. And lady's like, okay, here's the forms, here you go. just that quick, just that easy. So why couldn't Ohio do that? No, that's a good question, isn't it? That's a real good question. But yeah, SSI and disability and stuff like that, that's supposed to be federal. It shouldn't matter what state you're in or what state you're from. You go, if you're in a state, you should be able to go Social Security office and apply for it. Try to get it. I just, the difference between New Jersey and Ohio is very stark, isn't it? Very, very drastic. I go in New Jersey, like, here's the forms you need. I go into Ohio, it's like, nope, you got to go call Corbin. Well, see, that's crazy. So I'm thinking New Jersey has the right of it. That's what I'm thinking. Because New Jersey didn't hand me no guff. They just said, here's the paperwork. Go ahead and fill it out. And by the way, I've never heard back from John about the paperwork. I don't know if he ever went and got it. Because he don't have it. It's at his ex-wife's house, I reckon. And so he'd have to go and get it. But yeah, crazy things, huh? Crazy things are happening. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. But anyways, I'm going to try the unemployment office today. Both of them, because they're right there next to one another, practically. I'll try both of them, and if that don't work, then we got to hit the open road, guys. We've got to go west. Because if I can't get nothing here, man, I got to go west. Now, somebody was saying it takes up to a year to get disability. Well, I don't know. Do I have a year's worth of gasoline in my car? Do I have a year's worth of food stamps on my food stamp card? No. Okay, so I got to go where I can get some emergency work, odd jobs, whatever. Some, clean up something and get a couple bucks, $20, whatever. That's what I need to do until I can find out what the heck's going on. But I don't know if that's true. But there's been a couple people say, oh, yeah, you can't get it for a year. Well, seems like very poor management if that's the case. Because, everything should be digital now, right? So I should be able to know instantly whether I've got that shit, right? Yeah. Everything's digital now. So what's the holdup? They can say, oh, well, it's people. There are too many people. No, well, get rid of all the damn illegals, and then you won't have too many people. Right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I just thought I'd share. And then as soon as I'm leaving here, I will go and go check out the 2 unemployment places and see what they say. And then if not, guys, I'm going to be running on fumes. I'm going to need some donations, okay? I hate to ask, but I got to, because I got to get out on the open road heading west. Well, first I got to head south. Then I got to...
just for the record, he doesn't hate to ask at all.
I head west. My cousin says she will have a place for Sharpie where he can stay. And I want that for him. I want him to have a nice place. So let's get Sharpie and get on the open road. Besides, I know y'all want to see Sharpie again, don't you? Come on, tell the truth. You guys want to see Sharpie, right? I sure as do. I sure hell do. I missed him. I miss Sharpie bad. So let's get some donations coming in, guys. Come on. 10, 20, $30, $40.
Yeah, he missed Sharpie so bad that he left it closed in a trailer with no air conditioning and just left at 4 in the morning.
Bucks, come on, let's go. Let's move my needle. $5 will not move the needle. I'm sorry. I know some people like, I want to give $5. Well, giving $5 is nice, but it doesn't move the needle hardly none. I'm just going to tell you flat out. Gas is going up, not going down. Sorry, President Trump, but gas is going up, not down. And with gas going up like it is, I'm already seeing almost $4 a gallon. I'm being told not far from here even. It's $4 a gallon already. As I showed you in a previous video, $3.49 right there. Boom, $3.50, almost $3.50. So it's going up. Okay, this is not me just trying to up the ante or some shit. The gas prices are going up. All right, and one guy told me it was even $5 out where he was. So so yeah, gas is going back up. So the donations are going to have to capitulate and go up as well. That's just the way it is. And I find it funny, they can give thousands and thousands of dollars to a bunch of people that hate my guts, but they can't seem to fork over a little money to get me down the road. That's horrible. That's awful. So anyway, I look forward to your donations. I appreciate all the donators. You guys are top shelf that donate. Don't know who pulled the 20 yet. Still wondering, but because I don't know, it doesn't tell you. But whoever it was, maybe you should put the 20 back. Do the right thing and put that 20 back that you yanked at the last second, because it really left me in a lurch. It really did. Anyway, I do appreciate the donations that are coming in. Y'all have been great. Y'all really helped me. And I'm going to go down and get Sharpie. If your donations start coming in, I'll go down, I'll get Sharpie. And we're heading west, guys. So look forward to your donations. I'll be waiting at the gas station for the donations. You have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Oh, this is Morning Coffee 214, in case I didn't say it at the beginning.
So, folks, other than a short about a Mercedes, I think this is, as far as I know, he's at that gas station waiting. He's literally got no gas. He literally just drives till he's got no gas. He just pulls into a gas station. I'm like, well, I guess this is it. Till the next batch of donations come in. So I thought tonight, folks, what the hell, since we're all together, to cap off the evening, to get us over the 3-hour mark, we would enjoy 20 or so minutes of classic Von Helton rage. Let's go back to a better time, folks. And thank you for coming. Thumbs it up, all that stuff. Let's get into it.
And then just go down the list of hate channels and start banning them? You don't know how to do that? You're too fucking incompetent to do that? Well, you know what? Your incompetence is going to make me rich, motherfuckers. Because I'm going to sue you over your goddamn incompetence. And when I win my case, and I will, then maybe you'll grow a brain. And when people get on your service and use your service as a means to harass the fuck out of people, you might go get a clue and say, hey, maybe we ought to intervene. Maybe we ought to stop these motherfuckers before they destroy somebody's family. Huh? You reckon? You reckon that's the plan? Because there's a lawsuit in your future, YouTube and Google. Trust me. It's happening. It's going to happen. Okay? California might be a long ways away from Kentucky, but it's going to happen. Because I am about up to here with the bullshit. Now, I expect to start seeing accounts banned, YouTube and Google, because if I don't, I'm coming to California. It'll be my first time there, amazingly. I've been to damn near every other state in the union but California. Can you imagine? I wonder why. I don't know why. Too damn expensive, number one. That's number one. But yeah, I'm coming to fucking California. I'll sue your guys right there on your fucking doorstep. I'll fucking personally hand you the goddamn subpoena if I'm allowed. Because this is a bunch of shit. allowing a bunch of assholes, a bunch of domestic terrorists, because that's what they are. They've terrorized my family for 15 years, some of them. All right, that's called when you're terrorizing a family, that makes you a terrorist. You dumb numbskulls. I'm not a terrorist. Go watch their videos. I'm not a terrorist. The fuck you ain't. You've been terrorizing my family for 15 years. Yeah, you are a terrorist, a domestic terrorist. You dumbass. When you terrorize somebody, you are a terrorist. Are you really that fucking stupid that you can't figure that out? But now we're gonna dance, because I'm gonna sue the shit out of somebody, and then they're gonna come after you trolls' ass to get their money back. That's how this is gonna work. That's how it's gonna work. Because I'm up to here with this shit. I'm up to here with it. I can't take it anymore. I can't. I am now a single parent with 3 toddlers. And I got people on fucking YouTube saying that I'm trying to rape my daughters. Ain't that right, Buds of Plenty, you sick motherfucker? And then we got some of these other bitches and assholes saying that they want to rape my fucking daughters. Well, you know what? These guns down here don't miss. I'm a crack shot, motherfucker. I'm a crack shot. And if somebody is saying they're going to rape my daughters, I am well within my right to protect my daughters' lives. Do you fucking understand me? And there is no judge, not even the most liberal judge in California is going to arrest my ass over it. No one. No one is going to say shit to me when I show them your comments about raping my fucking daughters. Do you understand me? Nobody's going to say one fucking word to me. Do you understand me, you fucking domestic terrorist piece of shits? Do you understand me? You better. Because now I'm about to hear with it. I am about to fucking unload. Now this is a bunch of shit. I should have started seeing arrests being made here a while back, and I ain't seen none. I ain't seen jack shit being done. There's going to be some changes. There's going to be some changes made. Bet on it. Because I'm telling you right now, trolls, when I sue them, they going to come after you to get their money back. Bet on that shit. Bet on it. Because they ain't going to take the fall. They're going to make sure you take the fall. They're going to make sure to get their money back. And they're coming after you to get it. Kenny KPZ loves to dance. Sean Merriman, a.k.a. Steal This World, a.k.a. George Bush Pimps. You know, Buds of Plenty, who claims he's golfed with my lawyer. Oh, my God. You realize if Doug Binge is caught saying anything about anyone's case, he loses his fucking bar license? Are you aware of that? You dumbass. You're going to get Doug Binge in trouble. And when he gets in trouble, who's he coming after, Buds? He's coming after you. That's right. He's going to come after your happy ass. Because when I sue, I'm suing big. I'm not suing for no measly $1,000. Them little kids back there is worth a hell of a lot more. My marriage was worth a hell of a lot more. That girl, Andrea, her mind was worth a lot more than a measly $1,000. Okay? Now, y'all think I'm joking? You go on ahead, you make your hate videos out there. But it's coming. D-Day is coming, motherfuckers. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to handle it. I really don't. I admit that. But it's going to get handled. Bet on it. Because this shit has got to stop. It has got to come to a fucking end. And if I'm allowed to make the arrest, it will come to an end, because I'll start arresting every one of you sick motherfuckers. I've even thought about going to the fucking U.S. Marshal's office and getting deputized. Or, alternatively, going and getting a bounty hunter's license. That's how mad I am. I've actually thought about those two things. Because this cannot be allowed to continue. It can't. It can't be allowed to continue. All right? It just can't. And it's not going to. It's not going to. Now, YouTube and Google, I know you watch me. I know you fucking watch me because I've seen you make changes that I said in a previous fucking hangout. So I know you're watching me. So you better listen to me and listen good. I want Buds of Plenty's account banned. I want this War of the Words guy or whatever the fuck his name is. I want his account banned. And I want all these kingpins that started this shit, Kenny KPZ, Dr. Dissent, Loves to Dance, all these motherfuckers that started this shit. I want their accounts banned too. I can give you the links. If you want the links, just email me. I'll be happy to give them to you. But I want their accounts banned because I'm telling you, I'm going to sue your ass, man. I have got a rock solid fucking case, man. Plus, I've got y'all locking up my shit to where I don't get no subs or views. Oh man. Between those two things, you're done, guys. You're done. I will win my lawsuit. No question about it. No question about it. Blocking my shit so that I don't get views and subs. In other words, so that I don't get money. Denying me money in the real world.
Folks, can we get a shout out for the Chris Chan sweater making a cameo in the back closet?
And then allowing these people to harass my family for these many years? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Because I've about had it. I've about had the lick, as they say. Can't take it no more, man. I can't fucking take it no more. I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to fucking hunt these suckers down like dogs and pound their goddamn skulls into the concrete. That's what I want to do. Van Helton, you're just a fucking lazy bum. Yeah, really? Come fight this lazy bum. Come fight this welterweight boxer's ass. Since you're so big and badass. Come on down. I was a welterweight boxer, motherfucker. Not only that, but I took all kinds of martial arts. Not to mention the fact that I've also been trained by the Army and by the U.S. government. So please, come on down and whip my sorry ass. You're such a big badass. Come on down here and whip my ass, motherfucker. You know what? In 15 fucking years, not a one of you have darkened my door because you damn well know what kind of training I've had. Because you're the ones that started the Karate Kyle meme, which means by now you've done your research into my martial arts, and you know exactly that my martial arts list is like a who's who of fucking martial arts. And you know it. But you're going to get on YouTube and make some fucking sarcastic video about me not taking any martial arts, like a dumbass. Come on down here and whip my sorry ass. Since I'm such a horrible liar, right, guys? I'm such a horrible liar. Well, come on down here and whip my ass. What are you waiting on? I've been waiting for 15 years for y'all to come down and whip my ass. You ain't done it yet. Now, Buds of Plenty, because he said he wanted to rape my daughters, and so did a few of you other bastards. I was for saying that. Absolutely, I will. Now call the cops. Go ahead. Because when the cops call me back and say, why did you threaten this man? I'm going to say, well, here's his fucking comment where he said he wanted to rape my daughters. So, yeah. Fuck yeah. When someone says they want to rape my daughters, fuck yes. Any normal father is going to want to shoot their ass. Like I said, ain't no judge going to touch me. Ain't going to do shit to me. Well, my bad talk me a little bit. I'll give you that. But are they really going to do anything to me for defending my daughters against a fucking potential rapist? No. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay? So you take your fucking opinion, you fucking trolls and haters, and you shove it up your ass. All right? You shove it up your fucking ass. Now, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this. I can't even get on fucking YouTube or Google and do a hangout and have a good time because I've got a bunch of fucking assholes over there talking about raping my daughters, saying that I don't buy them anything, say that I don't do anything for them. And yet my kids are on video saying that, yeah, I do shit for them. We went to the park. We've went places. We've done shit. I bought them things. You know, maybe if you hadn't drove my fucking wife insane, she'd be here to help me with the kids, and then the kids would get better care. Oh, wait. That didn't cross your fucking fucked up minds, did it? Didn't cross your minds, did it? Now, listen to me carefully, trolls. If CPS comes out to this driveway right out here, and I see them, I'm calling Frankfurt. Not only am I calling Frankfurt, but I'm also instructing my mother, who is in, by the way, in total agreement with me, that the trust funds be absolved immediately. Immediately. My family's money is not going to go to some strange family. No, it's not. Do you understand me, trolls? And like I said, me and my mother don't get along, but we agree on this shit, that the family money stays in the family. It is not going to a strange family. So when you call CPS and CPS comes out here and threatens to put my kids under foster care like they did the last time, their trust funds go poof. Up in a puff of smoke. Just that quick. My kids will be paupers before they'll get 1 penny of Frost or Von Helton money. Is that clear? I hope so. I hope so. And when they lose their trust funds, it's going to be on you. It ain't going to be my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You guys did that shit. You guys did that shit, man. Not me. I didn't do jack shit. You understand? I hope so. Because I'm telling you, man, I about had it. I about had it. Everybody around me apparently is too fucking incompetent to do anything. Nothing, literally nothing has been done. Literally nothing has been done. I'll make the fucking collar myself. Since everybody else apparently is too chicken shit to go out and arrest a bunch of domestic terrorists, I'll do it my damn self. I gotta look it up first. You know, but this is a bunch of shit, man. This is a bunch of shit. This shit has went on, in some cases, this shit has went on for over 15 years. Going all the way back to Delphi forums. Why? Why? Why has nobody stepped in and done anything? Well, that's a damn good question, isn't it? But there's going to be somebody step in now because I'm going to sue the shit out of somebody. I'm going to sue the ever-loving dog shit out of somebody. And then that way something will get done. Right? So now, listen to me good, trolls. You got a choice. You can stay on YouTube and have YouTube or Google or my attorney or Clay County come after your happy ass, or you can shut down your channels and disappear. Choice is yours. But I guarantee you that when I sue somebody, they're going to want their money back and they're going to come after you to get it. All right? You understand? What I deserve is to get on the internet and have a good time and relax with friends and shit. I don't deserve to get on the internet and be harassed 24/7. I don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. All right. Nobody deserves that. Least of all, not me. Now, this is a bunch of shit. I would have thought that when you successfully, unfortunately, destroyed my marriage and drove my wife insane, that would have been sufficient. But apparently that's not sufficient enough. Apparently you are not done. You're still stalking poor Andrea all over the goddamn place, everywhere she goes. I know because you post it everywhere, dumbasses. So I know you're stalking my ex-wife. To this very fucking minute, you are still stalking my ex-wife. Even though she isn't even my wife anymore, and even though I have no intentions of getting back to her for some fucked up reason, you guys are still stalking her like a bunch of fucking dogs. You know, something's got to be done. I mean, shit. I can't let this continue. Commander 22. Von Helton was not a boxer. Really? Come down here and find out, motherfucker. Knock on my goddamn door and find out. I'll give you a roundhouse, brother. I'll show you what a real roundhouse is. And it ain't like in the movies either. Okay, just in case you're wondering. A real roundhouse is not like in the movies at all. Okay, in real boxing, a roundhouse is totally different. Come down here, I'll show you what a roundhouse is. I'll show you what a back fist is. Come on down here, knock on my fucking door, and I'll show you what a boxer I am. You don't want to believe me? Fuck you. I got proof, man. I got people that'll back me up on this shit. How you think I got this broken nose, you dumb fuck? I sure as hell didn't get it by bouncing into a wall or something. Idiots. You guys are a bunch of fucking losers, man. You're all just a bunch of losers. You sit there and bitch at me saying I got to get a job. Von Helton's got to get a job, but yet you motherfuckers are on the internet 24/7, which means you ain't got a fucking job either. Or you wouldn't be on the internet 24/7. So you guys are just as fucking bad off as I am. So I don't want to hear your shit.
Emo, the diaper-wearing faggot.
What a load of crap.
Wilson Tackleberry donated $5 through Super Chat. Shout to Von's bald head. When Von had to shave his daughter's head because they had lice.
Yeah, it was a springtime ritual at Compound Helton. The girls got their fresh spring shave, tamed down the gnats and the gnats, the nits, and the lice.
Well, I think I would be an excellent bounty hunter too, Katie. I think I would do very good at it. Yeah, that's something else too. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Trump is willing to pass legislation against the trolls and haters, against online harassment. Trump's actually willing to do that. Damn, where was Obama for the last 8 years? Oh, hiding under his fucking desk. But yet Trump is willing to actually pass legislation against online harassment. Good for Trump. I hope he actually does it. I hope he actually does it. Humans versus Holder says Google and YouTube pay and help the trolls and shills to attack folks like you, Von. The vile creatures. Well, you know, there's a you may be right about that, because they sure as fuck aren't going after them, are they? They're not going after them, are they? Von Helton, you're an evil, evil man. Well, if I'm an evil, evil man, then I'm going to take great delight in beating your ass, ain't I? Yeah, I am. What a load of shit. Ain't no sense in this, man. Good morning, Marty. But they know there's no sense in this. There is no sense in this shit. Everybody's sitting there running around like they're like chickens with their heads cut off, wondering who's gonna fucking make an arrest. I mean, that's what I gotta assume. You know, the Manchester police don't want to arrest him. Kentucky State Police don't want to arrest him. FBI don't want to arrest him. Who the fuck's going to make the goddamn collar? I guess I'm going to have to make the collar. That's what it sounds like. Somebody really needs to start making some arrests. That's what I think should happen. Call me crazy. Tell you what. Any of you motherfuckers that think you're brave, I'll tell you what, man. I'll leave the guns right there. I don't need the guns. I don't need the guns. Come on down here and face me in the street. Come on down here and face me in the street. Any of you. I don't give a fuck how big you are. I took on the dude that was the equivalent of Man Mountain Marco, and I beat his fucking ass. And if I can take on a dude that fucking big, I can sure take on your ugly ass. So get your ass down here and meet me in the street, motherfuckers. Come on. Meet me in the fucking street. And we'll find out just what I know and what I don't know. How about that? Huh? Come on. You pissed off. You poked at the bear enough. You kept poking at the bear, poking at the bear, poking at the bear. Okay, now you woke the bear up. So now what, motherfuckers? Now what? And poking up the bear, poking at the bear, poking at the bear. All right, bear's now awake. I'm a patient man, but even my patience has its limits. And the bitch of it is that I'm not really that bad of a person once you get to know me. The block button on YouTube and the block button on Google don't do a goddamn thing. I can block these trolls, and I have, and they can still view my videos, they can still comment, they can still rate, they can still flag, they can still do everything. Even though they're blocked on both YouTube and Google, somehow YouTube and Google are still letting them view my content, rate my content, and make comments, and even flag my shit. Now, how somebody can do that when they're blocked on both YouTube and Google is a mystery. But they can do it because I've seen them do it. So you know what I did? I went to my YouTube account, unblocked everybody. I went to my Google Plus, and I unblocked everybody. So nobody right now is blocked. Not one person that I'm aware of anyway. I got the majority of them at least. About 99%. You know, there might be one or two I missed. But here's the thing. Now I can see them. Now I can see their comments again. See, when I had them blocked, I couldn't see their comments. But for some goddamn reason, blocking them doesn't do shit. Except keep me from seeing their comments. That's all blocking does. Well, here's the problem. Starving the trolls didn't work. Like I said, this is not just on the internet. This is in the real life too, okay? The only thing that's going to stop this is to either get jailed or get their ass beat, one or the other. That's the only way this shit's going to stop. All right? Or sued, you know. I guess if you sue them enough, they'll get the hint. It'd have to be millions, though, because anything less than that, they're just going to laugh it off. You know, to hear these trolls talk, they got tons of money. Because they can stay on the internet for hours at a time and still claim they've got jobs. I don't know of any normal human being that can do that, but they say they can. So they must be loaded with money, right? Right? I mean, isn't that right? I've been at, you know, they've been after me for 15 years, and yet not one of them has darkened my door. Not one. So that should tell you all you need to know.
All right, folks, and I think that's where we're going to call it for this evening. We're just over the 3-hour mark. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening for another frolic through this weirdo wonderland we call the internet. And we will keep you posted and updated on the adventures of Von Helton. Of course, you can watch Nat and the Pizza, Fat Photog, and everybody else that's archiving this stuff. Folks, this is quite the arc. We'll keep you posted. We'll be getting caught up with some of the other cows as well. So stay tuned and, you know, all that good stuff. Anyways, have a good night and a better tomorrow, folks.